Well, 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 surprise, surprise, surprise. Look who it is. It's certainly not Livewire. A little more sophistication tonight, that's for sure. Well, all right, as close as you can get. It's me. So here we are, and welcome to Bourbon Neophyte. Decided I'm going to fill in for a little bit for Mike so he could just take a minute and actually relax for a weekend and not have to think about streaming or doing anything like that. Just sit back, kick back, relax, watch, or not. It's up to him. Who cares? It's me, and I'm here. Well, hey, I guess you all can see what's sitting right here. And I've been kind of really dying to do a deep dive into this and looking forward to it, actually. I have had a little sip of it last week because I really wanted it to open up. I really wanted it to have a chance to express its true essence. And I fought with it back and forth a little bit on this Speyburn and wasn't sure if I was going to, but you know what? I said, what the heck? Let's open it up. Let's have a little dram out of it to get some more air in the bottle. And I think it's going to work out great. And I'm really going to be able to experience this. And everybody knows I normally don't crack these prior, nor do I read reviews or listen to other people's reviews on something like this, only because I don't want preconceived notions in my head about what's on the nose, what's on the palate, is it good, is it bad? I don't want anything like that. So I said I was on the fence about opening this up last week, and like I said, I did. I've had a taste out of it. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to say exactly, but I really thought about it long and hard to get that air in the bottle and give it a good go here tonight with, I didn't even, like I said, nothing in the Glen. It's empty. Didn't even have a little precursor or a starter whiskey, but I am. Got it right here. One of my favorite little starters. So I'll pour a little Loch Lomond 12. Yes, we are talking Scotch, if you haven't figured that out. Oh, gee, many Christmas. Look at that thing in there. I just realized, thank goodness there's another one sitting back there. All right, let's, oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, let me open this thing up. It is sacrilege to chug Scotch, just so you know. Sacrilege. But here we go. Let's pour a little in here. And let's commence to seeing who is here, who is not here. There we go. Let's get that nectar out of there. Bingo. Perfect. Put the cork back on that. Put that down there. All right. Well, let's see who has popped in here. I know earlier Mike popped in here. Always appreciate him. Like I said, just standing in for him so he can sit back and relax for the night. Top Dog, thank you for popping in here. Cheers, man. Thank you very much for coming in here, saying hi. Hey, Bourbon Baller, cheers, man. Thank you for stopping in here, smashing that like button. Kathy, cheers. Yes, I'm curious too. I mean, this is the first Spayburn I have had. I do have its other cousin right here, the 10, also a travel exclusive. And also, this is a 1 liter bottle, and so is this. So let me just set this back here. So I'm looking forward to really getting into this. And I'm excited about it. And like I said, it's my first Speyburn that I personally have owned and had. And I was really thinking long and hard too. I don't even think I've received any samples or had an occasion to where I've had a chance to sample them. So, oh well. Oh, hey, look at this. It's 4-leaf whiskey. Cheers. Appreciate you for coming on over here. Cheers, cheers, cheers. And looky here. Chris, good morning, sir. Thank you for popping in here. Hope you got that ogre chalice with you. Oh, hey, Tater Dom. Cheers, man. Thanks for popping in here. Appreciate you so much. And then here he is, Richie Z. Cheers, man. Haven't seen you in a minute. Thanks for coming over here. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. I think we are good. Oh, look at this here. What is up, Scott? Appreciate you taking a minute out and saying hi to everybody, smashing that like button while you're here. And I really hope you're doing better and feeling better every day, my friend. I don't like to bombard you on Instagram and ask 1,000,001 questions that get asked, but I appreciate your updates and stuff on Instagram. Well, keep us all in the loop, man. Really, really appreciate hearing from you. So keep it up. We all want to know how you're doing. And yes, please smash that like button. Do not be afraid. Hey, Rob. Cheers, man. Oh, look at this. Grandpa's still up. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock over there. And it's not a Friday. So, yeah. So nighttime applesauce shows up. There you go. I knew it. I just knew it. I was going to say, it's not Friday night. You know, it's not going to let you stay up till 10 o'clock 3 nights in a row. Just isn't going to happen. Not going to happen. Oh, there he is. What's up, Eric? Cheers, man. Get my glass up here, my little control whiskey. It's Loch Lomond in here if you didn't hear. So that's what my little control is. So cheers to everybody in chat. Thank you very much for popping in here. Man, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, Z-Man and Cool Running. Cheers. Thank you for being here. And no, can't forget Z-Man. Chat's popping up faster than I can keep up with it. So thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate you showing up here tonight. But so has anyone else had a Speyburn? It's not something you just see sitting around on the shelves. I can't even recall if I've seen the 10-year out here in Vegas on the shelf. Honestly, I'm not sure of it now. Now that I've seen the bottle and have a chance to recollect here and there, I don't think I have. Well, actually, I know I haven't seen one because when I was at the bottle shop yesterday, that certainly wasn't on the shelf. That's for sure. I'm just thinking. No, I can't say that I have. And I think if anything, the 10-year would be the one floating around here. So I'm just saying. But I just want to get another drink. Well, let's open this thing up right here. Like I said, this one is a travel exclusive 1 liter, which is nice. Nice color. Let me get that close enough for you all to go ahead and take a look at there. Beautiful, beautiful color on this thing. Really nice color. I mean, that is truly what you want to see. There we go. Focus in. There we go. Not on me. You want to focus on this. So it's really nice. And it comes in at 43 ABV, non-chill filtered. So I cannot complain about that. The Holy Grail, and I've always said this for me, is 46 ABV, non-chill filtered, and no color added. That is perfect. Oh, hold on here. We got something going on. Let me see here. My friend Carmen, who is the ambassador for Woodford over here, passing her Masters of Bourbon exams over the weekend in Scotland. Also, I think Eric Waite passed his Masters of Scotch. Oh, you know what? It's right. I do believe Eric is over. Yes, I think he has or is over there too. I forgot about that. He was talking about that a while ago, and it slipped my mind until you said something, Chris. So perfect. You had the Speyburn 10 a few years ago. Okay. Because it's not something that I have seen. And this travel exclusive came to me by way of JD Bourbon Approach. So, being that he was overseas and had an opportunity to pick this up and the 10, I said, hey, bring it home. And so, this is how I got it. He picked it up while he was in Lithuania. And when he told me they were 1 liter bottles, I'm like, oh, okay. And he said that it's worth getting, especially the size. I was like, I've never had it, and let's give it a go. So here we are. Let's open this up here. Oh, man, that's a nice little pop. I love the way the cork fits, by the way. Really nice. Oh, yeah. Yes, I poured a nice, healthy dram in here because this is what I want to drink. There we go. Well, it was a really nice day here in Vegas. Some of you I know probably haven't hit in the 90s, but we have here. Believe me, it's been a little on the warm side, that's for sure, over here. Matter of fact, I've got the swamp cooler running, keeping the house at a comfortable 73 degrees. And if you don't know what a swamp cooler is, it's also known as an evaporative cooler because we don't have much humidity here. And if we're below 100 degrees, it does great in the house. Great. And that's what's actually keeping everything cool. And I had to remember to hook up my fans, or if not, the camera gets too warm on these days. But I don't think I'm in quite that danger mode, and I'm looking up at it right now. No, but I didn't want to take a chance, so I dug that sucker out and turned it on, so we've got air circulating back there. And look at this, Mr. Stahl. Cheers, man. Oop, no, I don't want to sip that one yet. I just want to give it a moment to get to its own. Put a little cap on it. Cheers, Mike, with a little Loch Lomond. Man, that's good. I just love savoring that Scotch. You know, it's not, how do I tell people this about that Loch Lomond? It's an excellent value Scotch. It's a nice sipper. It's flavorful. It's fruity. I tell people if you see it on the shelf, particularly what I paid for it, $25. So I think it was $24.99. It might have been $25.99. But buy it all day long. That Loch Lomond 12. Buy it. Let me just hold it up again so you can see what I'm talking about. Buy it all day long. It is magnificent. It is a great, just sit down, go to, have a sip, and enjoy it without a doubt. 87? Oh, earlier in the week. I was going to say, come on, really? Summer type weather is already hitting Cali too. Not a fan. No, well, hey, it's coming and I'm ready. So perfect. Had a winter weekend. Yeah, I know you did. That's for sure. It's 52 currently. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I mean that. Oh, look at this. Renee, cheers. Thank you for popping in here and saying hi to everybody and smashing that like button. Really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And just so you know, Renee, there's nothing floating in this glass but good whiskey. See that? Nothing. Not a thing. All right, let me put a Hey, look at these Glen covers right here. Look at them things. Man, I tell you what, that top dog knows how to use that laser he's got to burn my logo in on these here Glen covers. Looking real good. As a matter of fact, that's what I am using to cover my Glens right now. And just to show you, there's the other one on there, keeping everything just right and just nice. Let me just give that a little spin here. See how it goes. Uh-oh, I seen somebody on there. What is up, Brian? Cheers, man. Really appreciate you showing up here tonight. Hope you're feeling well. I know you took another fall, so I really hope you're doing good, but you must be doing better if you're here. Really appreciate you. Hey, man, I got to try. I'm filling in for Livewire, so, that bar isn't, well, okay, it's really not too high, but, I got to keep it even. Got to keep it even. That's for sure. Holy smokes. Look at this here. Look at this here. Whiskey Nose is in the house. Wow. Cheers, Marty. Oh, that's the wrong glass. Almost went to the wrong glass. I got to get my Whiskey Encore glass here because I'm doing my cheers here to everybody. So cheers. Boy, I hope Cheech is doing good. I haven't personally talked to him. Excuse me. But I know he's been around. I know he's doing okay. So for me, that's a good thing. And wish him well if anybody talks to him or somehow, some way is down in Florida and runs into him. Just let him know I was thinking about him and said hello. All right. Now, let me move this here. Apologize. I told you the chat is jumping down. 2 weeks? 2 weeks? Well, that is enough time for Grandpa to drop off that other one that leaked out. If he remembers. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. Well, it might be. It might be. I used to be dead set against it. Everybody knows that, but now I don't have too much of an issue with a little bit of water and whiskey. Just a little bit of water and whiskey. Not too much. Not too much. But I always say, you drink your whiskey however you want. Don't care. I might say something, but I really don't care. So you drink your whiskey however you want to drink it. That's for sure. Mississippi? Oh, perfect. You already got it? All right. Well, I'm glad the nurse reminded him he's got to mail that out. So, okay, here we go. Let me clean off my palette here. I got a little of this stuff here. Tell Whiskey Mountains I'm hydrating. All right. Man, that was good. So the Speyburn 16. Told y'all it's travel exclusive. Oh my goodness. Big burst of vanilla on the nose right off the bat. Usually it's the malt I get from scotches, but this was a big burst of vanilla. Wow. Honey. There's the malt. Oh. Wow. Chocolate. Definitely vanilla. Oh yeah, definitely chocolate. This is I mean, it's there. It's not like hits you right in the nose, but this is something. It's got chocolate. Yeah, chocolate, vanilla, honey. Definitely fruit. I'm not okay. I generally will pick up pear note quite easily in a scotch, but this Okay, there is some pear there, but something else is overpowering it. Like a berries, mm, blueberries, strawberries. Wow. Yeah, definitely. Sorry. I had to think. I was just like, well, maybe, maybe not, maybe no. Vanilla, chocolate, honey, and the berries. Definitely. That's what I'm getting on the nose on this thing. You just let you all take a gander at this. A little closer, a little better for you all to see what this thing looks like. It seems, I know it's going to sound weird, but it seems thick in the glass. And I noticed that, the last time I did it, you never swirl whiskey and you look at it and go, oh, well, that seems thin, or wow, that looks like it's very viscous or thick. And that's what it seems like to me. So, all right, let's get it on the palate here where it's going to do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm just sorry. Just, you better believe it. You see that thing? So, yeah, you better believe there's ice in that water. I'll give you that. Just told the nurse to put the samples. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, I still got the other ones here, so I'm good for now. But feel free if you feel it in your heart. That's for sure. No, no, they actually make distillate. They were founded in 1879. You're gonna make me think. You reach down here. Hold on. 1879. Up. 1897. I was off. 1897 is when they started producing Scotch. 18 1879, 1897. There you go. So, all right. Let's get this on the palate here. Wow. It's thick. Yep. Got some viscosity to it. Hold on here. I got to get another sip here. Oh, yeah. Vanilla all day long. Chocolate on the retrohale. Fruit, like like I said, the blueberry, strawberry, some type of berry note in there, but it's definitely fruit. Sweet, very sweet. Really nice. Really nice on here. If you can, I'm going to tell you right now, if you can find one of these, if you're traveling or you know somebody that's traveling on this and can find the Speyburn 16, the travel exclusive, oh yeah, it's nice. Legs are just slow coming down the side there. I think you guys can pick that up there and see. They're not running. They're not like in the Kentucky Derby coming up. They're not in a hurry. That's for sure. Okay, I had two sips. Let me just kind of let things work their way through. But yeah, first sip. I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to make sure with the second one, but it was vanilla all day long on that first sip. Vanilla all day long. I could I got the chocolate note, the berry note, then the sweet honey just kind of came through it all, kind of just like in a wave as it washes over the tongue. So uh, that was pretty good. But the second sip is what really kind of brought it all together. The flavors just kind of like a wave, just mixed perfectly once you get that second sip. So now I'm kind of letting everything just sit down here a little bit. And I know someone's going to say, well, what's it like if you had water? Well, it's only 43 ABV. So I'm not even going to put a drop of water in it. And I did not bring a dropper to do it. But at 43 ABV, I don't really think this needs water at all. I know some people like just to add a couple of drops. When I say a couple of drops, literally 2 or 3 drops to the dram just to see. But nah, not at this. Not at this. You know what, Marty? No, I'm not going to say floral. No, but definitely when you put this up to your nose, you're getting vanilla, you're getting honey and chocolate. And then the fruit comes in there. And the fruit isn't, now that I've had some, it's not the first thing that hits my nose. The first thing that hits my nose is that vanilla. I mean, that vanilla is like right there. Yeah, no, there's nothing like that on here. Nothing like that on here. So let me get this third sip and see how we do. And it's what's funny is, yes, and most of them will use the bourbon. But let me tell you what, it is something like this is a Speyside. It's not a Highland. So it's not a lowland. How the regions influence the taste on the Scotch. Like, okay, so using, let's say, Laphroaig. I'm going to pull that one out because we're going totally the other end now. So the Laphroaig, you can really taste a lot more sea, as in like salt brine in the Laphroaig because of where it's at. Now, yes, it's a peat monster. Yes, it's the quintessential iodine and Band-Aids that people talk about. But there, you really can pick that up. In the Speysides and some of the Highlands, I don't generally get that. Now, this, I don't get it at all. I don't get that salty brine or anything like that on there. So it's like, man. And I was thinking about that. And because of what you asked in that question right there. And I'm telling you what, this is nice. Let me get another little sip in here. Definitely chocolate on the retrohale. Yeah, definitely chocolate on the retrohale there. Cole, cheers, man. Thanks for popping in here and saying hello to everybody, smashing the like button. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Wow. It's definitely not a young whiskey. Okay, it's 16 years old. But there's something else in here, and it's not the young note, but there's something. It's just there's something else in here that's unique, and I don't know what it is. And I probably even shouldn't have mentioned like a young note, but that's what was popping in my head. But it's not a young whiskey because the finish is nice. The finish is nice. I don't know what it is. It's got to be the berry influence. It's got to be the berry influence on there. I just kind of caught a quick hit of that fruitiness on there, and I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute, maybe. I don't know. And nobody in here is, other than me, I think, is drinking any Speyburn tonight. So it's not like I can say, hey, what are you getting? Blah, 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 blah. Or have you gotten this before on it? But it's actually quite nice. Quite nice. Quite drinkable. And, I got to say again, thanks to JD Bourbon Approach for, bringing this to me. It is a very good whiskey. I mean, this is definitely one of the ones that you want to pull out for your Friday night or Saturday night dram, to where it's just like sublime. Oh yes, I said it, sublime. This is nice, but I'm kind of anxious to see, and I wanted to do it separate, not together like I did the Craig Alecky last week, the 16, or excuse me, the 17 and the 13. And you could see it just behind me there. Well, I know you see 3 there, but there are 2 that are exactly the same, and one is different because I liked the one so much. I had to make sure it had a mate. So, ta-da, it's there. That 13-year-old Craig Alecky finished in that Armagnac was, woof, so good. And I had to make sure that there was company up there for that, because that's it. They're not making any more, and it's just one of those, it's gone, and that's that. And so, hey, if you can find it, great. Look at this here. Look at this here. Whiskey Uncensored. Let me raise this Spayburn 16. Cheers, man. Thanks for popping in here, saying hello, and smashing that like button. Always great to see you. But being that you're here, let me pull this from the back so he can see. He and I have got to set up a time that he and I are going to do a review of this, because I showed this before, but we're going to crack these open. This is the, man, the light's bad in here. Hold on. Let me try something here and see if we can't fix it a little bit here and see if we can take, there we go. Well, no, it's because of the silver, but it's the, let's just see. It's the Highland Park. There we go. Full volume. And we both have one, and neither one of us have put a dent in this thing. So we're going to do a review of this. So one of these days, you will see he and I together cracking these bottles and talking about Highland Park full volume. If I'm not mistaken, yes, there's Pete in here, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's the one that told me this is 47.2 ABV. So yeah, he and I are going to be going through that here at some point. How much longer am I going to be here? Oh my goodness. At least what? Till 8 o'clock? I don't know. Or things really just kind of go down the drain. You know, that's what I'm talking about. So that's about how much longer I'll be here. Yep, Highland Park full volume. We will be doing that, absolutely, without a doubt. But anyway, so if you're thinking about it and you guys can get it, I definitely would pick up that Spayburn. That's for sure. Looky here. Cheers, Paul. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for popping in here. Always appreciate people stopping in to say hi to everybody, smashing the like button. We're just giving a little break to Livewire Whiskey so Mike can enjoy a weekend and just watch and point and laugh. I'm used to it. It's okay. Doesn't bother me in the least bit. That's for sure. But anyway, what? Oops, hold on. I got things backwards here. There we go. Put the cap back on. I took the cap off one and wasn't paying attention, but that's why it's in a marked glass, Whiskey Encore. I was like, oops. So I had to look at the glass, put the Glen back on it because one is Loch Lomond, and I don't want to mix it up, but that's why I made sure it was in a glass that was marked. Anyway, so the full volume will probably be one of the next ones, but the next one coming up for me that I will review is going to be the Speyburn 10. And then once I do that, I'll taste it against the 16 again. That's for sure, just to see how much of a difference there is between the 10 and the 16 on there. And let me just see something. I don't know if yes, I was like, I don't think I broke the tab on this thing. I did. It's like, because if I didn't, I wasn't going to, but I'll pull it out so you can see. It has a beautiful golden color to the 10. This is the Speyburn 10. It has a nice color. And again, this is the 1 liter, and it's 46 ABV. Really nice color on it. Really nice color on it. I don't want to read anything on the bottle. I don't want that because I don't want any preconceived notions. Let me just put that back over there. It's just a little teaser for the next one that I'm going to do for everybody. It is a good color on there. I really was surprised at how nice the color is for a 10-year-old whiskey on there. Absolutely right. And the 16, it isn't bad either. It is not bad either. Yeah, I wanted to get into it, especially after I opened that 16. But like I said, I don't want preconceived notions. I don't want to read things. I don't want to look at anything. So I left that whole bottle just back here. So the temptation wasn't there. But I gave in to the 16 because, like I said, I was really thinking that if I open that up, have a dram out of it, get a little fresh air in there, let's say, cork it, put it away, then review it. We'll see. And I don't think anything has changed from the first glass I had just a tad over 7-8 days ago. Well, a little bit more than that, but not that hadn't been 2 weeks. But since I first cracked that, yeah, it's really, really nice. Oh yeah. He's going to turn into a pumpkin. It's getting to be that time over there, almost 10 o'clock. Well, actually, no, he's in Tennessee. So it's about 8:30, going to be 9 o'clock. Yeah, almost 9 o'clock for him. I had to think of exactly where he was. I am almost there because the problem with that is if I don't crack it or get to it, it's one of those things that keeps getting put back. And then you go, holy smokes, I forgot I had this thing. That's the problem with the shelves. Things get put back, you get one, you put it in front of another and another. And so I'm really, really trying to break the seals on a lot of bottles now because, hey, let's face it, here today, gone tomorrow, you just don't know. So why am I going to get this stuff to say, okay, I'll review this week, or that's what, and start laying things out that could be a month or more away? No. Come on. Exactly. 8:39. I was close. It's almost 9 o'clock. I had to think of where you were in Tennessee. Okay. Yes, exactly. And you're right. There's some up here on the shelf above me. There's some that's been open for a couple of years that got pushed back. And that's why I did that one stream where I was talking about, hey, we've got all these good bottles. We like them, but we got so many more in front of them. They're pushed back. So they're not forgot. Well, they're gone, but you got to remember that you got them, and you pull them out and you have a couple of sips. You go, my gosh, why wasn't I drinking this more? I forgot how good it was. And so I'm doing that more, is in going to the back of the shelf and bringing things forward that I haven't touched in a year, 2 years, and in some cases, almost 3 years. I haven't touched it. And when I did that stream, I started with the Bardstown stuff, the discoveries and the fusions. And I'm like, why haven't I went back to them? Other than I can no longer get any Bardstown products here in Nevada because the distributor stopped carrying it, or Bardstown, I think, stopped distributing to the state. Don't know why, but usually it has to do with taxes. So there's some type of disagreement. So whatever what, I have my ways. So, but let's be honest, Bardstown is good, but on some things, just like everyone else, they're starting to price themselves out. I think, not that it's bad or anything like that, but when you're paying $150, $160 for a discovery, I don't know. When I was buying them, they were around $120 when by the time you taxed out and walked out the door. And then they were, the last time that one was here, I forget what number was, but I think they were 129, 139, something like that. And I was like, man, oh day, what the heck? And now hearing what the prices are for some of them, it's like, wow, no. I just don't, I just can't see it. Airtime usually helps. Absolutely. And in this one here on the Speyburn, maybe just needs a little more airtime than what I gave it. But neither here nor there. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this dram tonight. And yeah, it's exceptional. It's exceptional. So most of you know I've got, especially when I took about 2 weeks off due to a darn bad cold. And and some of you know that I was talking about my samples that people had stopped by and dropped off. These are samples from JD Bourbon Approach. He dropped 6 of them off here, and some of these are stuff only available overseas. Some of this is I do believe there's some South African whiskey and stuff like that in here, which I have what it is. And I will be going through some of these, not all of them, but I'm going to pick a couple and give you all a quick review on them. But it's so nice to pick those up there. And then those of you that follow me on a regular basis, oh my gosh, again, while I was incapacitated just because due to a cold, more and more things, people just dropped off at my door. And because good whiskey helps a cold, that's for sure. So there are some nice little things in here that I will pull out and do some sample weekends to where I pull them out. But I gotta say, some of them in here are, holy smokes. I mean, I've got some Kilhoman in here. There's Redbreast 21. I mean, I really, really can't wait to get into some of these things that are sitting in here. And some of them, they're marked, but I have to drink them first and then rip off the little label that's around it to find out what they are. They don't expect me to guess, but to be surprised. But it's really, really nice of Jason and Eric to drop these things off for me. So again, and I thanked them before, but got to thank them again because it's really, really nice. And then you always heard me and Marty talking about our great granddad, but he also dropped off a wonderful sample, and he and I both have them. So we're going to work a stream that we open those up together and get to sipping on them. And so it looks like it's going to be in about 2 weeks, as soon as he can plant his cheeks in his chair for a period of time, because he's a busy man. Busy. So we'll be doing stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I've got a lot to get through, and you probably can see there's even more up here on top of there, and it goes back. I think the rows are 6 or 7 deep, and we've got 6 rows up there. I'm telling you, I really appreciate it. And some of those are open. I went into them just like a bulldog on a pork chop. They're that good. And some of them, like I said, they're just things I can't get here. They just let me say that one more time. They do not come here to Nevada. So people have blessed me with the samples. So I am really, really excited over that. Well, I didn't watch it, Richie. I didn't watch it, but I just saw there is a review on YouTube of the 11. I didn't watch it. I'm like, wow, 11. And that's just it. To each his own. If $150 for you for a disco 11 or something like that, fine. But for me, it's gotta be damn good for that. Although I have spent twice that easily on a bottle, but it was damn good. And I had a sample of it before I pulled the trigger, but it was damn good. That's for sure. But I've not had, discoveries that made me say, oh my gosh, that's damn good. And you're right. And this is just exactly what I said. This is what it comes down to. The price is subjective. So you either it's your jam or it's not your jam. And that is absolutely fine. It's what you are willing to pay for that particular spirit. And that's it. That's what it comes down to. What are you willing to pay? And if you feel it's worth that 150, 160, whatever the case, you pay it. Because I have paid for some whiskey There's no doubt about it. Matter of fact, I was just drinking a 35-year-old Scotch yesterday, and woof, it was very nice, very nice. I'm not going to say the name or anything like that because I I may be getting that bottle, but neither here nor there. Very nice of the person to actually pour me a dram that I could actually sit there and have more than, when you go places and they give you this thimble that has maybe enough to wet the tip of your tongue, and you're like, well, I think it's good. Yeah, it tastes like whiskey. No, this was a this was a Glen that had whiskey in it, and he said, you need to taste this. And so, well, I certainly did. I certainly tasted the hell out of it. That's for sure. And I'm not going to say anymore, but it was damn good. It was damn good. I just need to do a little more investigation. Excuse me. What is it? Because it's a non-producing distiller, but they come up with some excellent whiskeys from top-rated people in Scotland. So I am really looking forward to that. Really? I don't know. I've had a flub. I've had a flub, and that flub was number 5. But after a few years in the bottle and some air, it got to the point where I can drink it. But there was at one time I couldn't choke that stuff down to save my life. That's for sure. That Disco 5 just did not do it. And yeah. But like I said, to each his own. And I think one of the last ones I have is 6 or 7. I'm trying to remember now. I don't remember. But that's the last thing that I could get on the shelves here. And as a matter of fact, I think somebody hand delivered me the 7. I actually think it was my nephew. I think it was my nephew that did that. But anyway, like I said, I have nothing against them, but I just don't. To me, the ones I've had, and like I said, I stopped. I think it was 7. I haven't had anything after that, so they could have upped their game some. I'm not sure. I am not sure because I don't have anything else to compare it with. So, but to me, yeah, I just don't think they're worth the money that I hear they're going for. Here I don't, like I said, they're not here, so I don't know what currently it would be in Nevada, but I hear what the prices are from California to, oh my God, Delaware. So like, no, it's not Massachusetts, Delaware. It's where my nephew is. So basically, West Coast to East Coast. Anyway, all right. So hold on here. I know there's. Let me just see if I can get this to pop up. If bingo, here we go. If somebody wants to take a minute and pop on for a little bit, that will be just fine. If not, all is good. As soon as it pops up here, another minute. You are? Are you coming in on business, or is it more of the monkey business? I don't know. But is there a convention, a trade show, something going on? Because now that I'm not on the strip every day like I used to be, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Well, I can see that thing from my house. So when I say see it, I know what that light is. There's houses now blocking it. It wasn't before, but yeah, there's certain spots like when I'm uh, traveling at night. When I say travel at night, if my wife and I go out to eat and I'm coming back to my house, and I mean, I could see the strip and the sphere. I mean, it's like boom. Yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I've never not been there, not traveled down there, have no intention of going down there and looking at that thing, because when you work down there or you for any length of time, you learn to loathe the strip. Loathe the strip. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Totally get it. Totally get it. But everybody that I've talked to that has went there, they're just in awe of that experience inside there. In awe of it. It is tremendous. See, 2 or 3 weeks of airtime for me, Eric, did not do a darn thing for that disco. Nothing. It took 6 months before I could choke down another before I could choke down another dram of it. And I'm not saying it was pleasant in 6 months, but it was way better than it was when I first opened it. And I've had some since that, and I'm like, oh wow, that's gotten better. Or my palate could have changed to accept it, just because of my past experiences with other whiskeys. But in the beginning, I straight out called it dog shit. It was terrible. And I was disappointed. And I said to myself, I should have listened to ADHD whiskey, and who said, try before you buy. But taste is extremely subjective. What somebody doesn't like doesn't mean I won't like it. So long and short of it is when I had a chance to get it, that FOMO took over, and I grabbed that thing up like yeah. So now, yeah, probably not, uh, I'm probably not going to do that again. Yeah, probably not going to do that again. Well, I don't have the FOMO. The FOMO doesn't generally come over me. I could care less about the next or latest thing. Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say, because, okay. Now I have that somewhere, and I've had a few pours of it. So I never open mine, but I have that. And I thought the first time it was just okay. But the second and third pours I had of that, I thought, oh wow, yeah, this is nice. Honestly, this is nice. So I never opened mine because I've tasted it. I go, okay, yes, it's good. The first one, don't get excited. But the drinks after that, after it gets some airtime, yeah, good. Oh, okay, Chris. All right. So you're going to be on that end of town. That's almost better than middle. Oh. Oh, well, uh, you know what I'm going to say. Disco 5, Greg. If I had one to drink, Disco 5, that Long Branch is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. I learned my lesson. I won't be challenging anybody anymore for likes, because you all are vindictive and you wanted to see me suffer. Yeah, we won't do that again. And if I do it again, minimum is going to be 100 likes. Not set the bar so low next time. Yeah, that isn't going to happen. because I just don't want to have to drink that again. And I'm good for a while, very good for a while. There you go. See, I haven't had 6 or anything else like that. Let me think. No, I think I had 7. I think I did have 7, and I thought that was good. But you know what? Sometimes the hype around the bottles it's really bad. In other words, there's so much hype around some of these bottles like that people flock to it like, a fly to shit. They just run for it, and it creates a lot of well, for me, and this is just me, like a false hope, like, oh my God, this is great. Everyone's flocking to get it, flocking to get it, flocking to get it. Well, the problem is there's only so many released. And once it comes out, you've got the people that have got to have that next thing, that next thing, that next thing. And now I don't care because it's everywhere. And it's like, no, I just cannot do it anymore. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. They are younger? All right. Okay. Well, Mr. Jackson, look at this. Let me raise this glass here. Cheers, brother. Thanks for popping in to say hi, smashing that like button tonight. Just doing a little substitution here for Livewire. I'm just filling in for Mike so he can actually, just like I said, just sit at home, have a drink, point, laugh, and say, God, better him than me tonight. Mm. I'm just telling you, vanilla and a little, I don't know what, vanilla chocolate all day long on that Spayburn. All day long. Really nice. Really, really nice. And no ice needed. No water needed. Mm. Sorry. Though, it's got to be the berries. I said there's something about this that I just wasn't 100% sure of or anything like that. It's got to be that fruitiness of that it's got to be that it's got to be what I'm tasting on there. It has to be what I'm tasting on there. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but that's the only thing that keeps coming back that I'm really, really wondering about. That it's got to be the berries, that note that I'm getting on the palate. And that's why I staggered my drinks there just to kind of really clear my palate out. But it's got to be the berries on there. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think that's what it is, because it kind of rolls in there for me, towards the end. There's the vanilla, the chocolate. It's sweet, honey, heather. Some people say, oh, it's not honey, it's heather. Oh, okay. But that's what I get out of it. It's more of a honey note to me, that sweetness. But anyway, but I do think this has some berries as in the tasting note to it. And I think that's what's coming in. But, there's such vanilla and chocolate that how do I say, sweet and sour. So berries would be sour next to chocolate. So I think that's what I'm getting, the sweet and sour. So maybe I don't want to call it citrusy. Hey, Donald, cheers, man. I'm just trying to kind of decipher this note I originally had gotten off this when I was first tasting it. And I'm positive it's berries, but I was just trying to make the connection of why I'm getting the taste I am, and I just think I figured out chocolate sweet, berries have a, and chocolate might give you a little bittersweet. Bingo, bittersweet, and I think that is what I was tasting. I said because I mentioned young, I said, but it's not a young whiskey. But I was like, it might have been a bad choice of words. But now I think it's more of that bittersweet on the palate I'm getting, because that really now makes sense that I discussed this and talked this. So that's what I'm going to stick with, the bittersweet, without a doubt. Was one of my favorites. I'm going to have to open my back up to revisit. I have broadened my palate. Well, yeah, of course, we all have expanded our palates since then, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And like I said, that's probably why I was able to go back to the Disco 5 and it became palatable. But I like to also say it was because of some airtime in that bottle. And I just quite wasn't willing to let it go, but it was so darn close to being a drain pour. It wasn't funny. Whoops, hold on. I see you there, Donald. Okay. Yes. Yes. I could see that. I could see that without a doubt. Because, like I said, it's so vanilla forward, and the honey heather note, chocolate in there. I always generally will pick up a pear-esque on it, but then it was something else was going on, and I'm like, it's got to be berries. It's got to be berries, like a blueberry or something like that. But then I would get this bitterness. It wasn't off-putting or anything like that, but something coming up. So then, as I started to really talk this out just a few moments ago, of trying to connect these dots, because I went a while without a sip, and I picked it back up and took it, and I'm trying to bring this experience together. Yes, it was that bittersweet or semi-sweet experience you would get if you ate some chocolate and then followed it up with some berries that will give you that kind of flavor. But yeah, right along that lines. I mean, I'm not like, 1,000% sure, but yeah, it's right along that lines. And I was just, like I said, trying to put it all together so it makes sense to me, so I can explain it to others. And it's got to be it. In my mind, that I made up that's what it's going to be. But very vanilla. Very vanilla. Matter of fact, I think it's one of the most vanilla forward scotches I've had in my recollection. I don't know if you've had any of this at all, Donald, because I know that you are a connoisseur of scotches too. So I was just wondering. But anyhow, semi-sweet baker's chocolate. Yeah. Yes. Now I'll describe it as that, because I think people can make that connection a little better than I explained it. Yeah. Oh, the 15? Okay. And like I said before, I don't recall seeing these on the shelf. I'm sure there are, but I don't recall seeing them. Not well, they won't have the travel exclusive like this is the 16 travel exclusive, so they won't have that. But just a standard Speyburn 10, I don't recall seeing it on the shelf. And maybe it was, and I just wasn't looking for it because it wasn't on my radar of things to get, or I was concerned. But yeah, it's fine. And I do have, so I know you're just popping in, I do have the travel exclusive in the 10. So I will be doing a review on that coming up. And both of these are 1 liter bottles. So yeah. So like I said, thanks to JD making it happen for me. I'm very grateful to get those bottles. And my normal control whiskey for the night has just been a little Loch Lomond 12. Let me take the cap off of that sucker and finish that up here for the evening. Hold on for a second here. Let me bring the Australian connection in here. Good morning, sir. Yes.
Well, it's just gone afternoon, but I am still having coffee.
Oh, you're in the afternoon now?
Yeah, it's 10 after 12. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, hey, coffee goes with me all day long, so I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I don't have a problem with it, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So how was Sydney?
Entertaining.
What's that?
Entertaining.
Entertaining?
Yes. When you drink Victor's 10, 25 Port Nelson Private, then have 25 afterwards. The 20, a few pours of the 20 after the dinner with the rep. It's a good night.
That's a good time. Did you just go down and then back, or did you spend the night?
No, we spent the night.
I was going to say, that would really make for a long day.
Yes. Well, we had friends who were at in Melbourne for a whiskey thing down there on Saturday. Came up for Saturday night for the dinner, and then went back down to Melbourne for the second day of the whiskey festival down there at 6 a.m. the Sunday morning. So they were brave lads.
Yes, they're professionals.
So, but I've got a couple of friends who are selling some of their scotches, Anthony, which I'll send you the list over.
Oh.
One of my mates is selling pretty much his Ardbeg collection, and some Longrows, some Hazelburns.
Really?
From Glenfiddich. Another friend's basically selling all of his aged Macallans.
Oh, Eric, it is a recommend. It is a recommend. It's a nice, everyday, drinkable Scotch, without a doubt. So much that there's a backup for the one that I just done. So now I've already have a feeler out to Andrew. He knows that if they appear at Costco, he has a standing order. He needs to pick me up one. Period.
Well, my friend in his Arbegs, he's selling 9 different committee releases.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just because?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just like
because he has his own liquor store. He doesn't go home and drink anymore. So it's sort of like the last thing he wants to do is drink at home, because he has reps coming in all day, every day. He bringing stuff in. So the last thing he wants to do when he gets home is really have a pour. So he's going to me, oh, I'm thinking about getting rid of, a lot of my scotches. And then another friend just moved to Sydney, so he's selling off his Macallans. So he's got like from 12 to I think 21 year Macallans and things like that, which he's selling off. So if there's anything, I'll send you the list, and if there's anything that you like, let me know, and I can bring it over to Vegas for you.
Well, that's funny. You're talking about Macallans. I had a pretty decent conversation about them, and that not that it's a terrible Scotch by any means. We both just felt that a lot of it is hype, and some of it is really just overrated, because I've had the Macallan 12, and I think is it the 15? I think it's the 15s, 12, 15. And then there is it a Maker's Cut or something like that? I think it's an NAS. Anyway.
Couldn't tell you, I don't drink all that much Scotch. So.
That's true, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to remember what that was. But we just we were like, it never made me want to run over to the shop and buy the bottle.
I'm just having a look at the list, Donald. He does have a Dark Cove, but it's not marked as a Dark Cove committee release on what he sent me. But it could be a committee release.
Man, that would be a You know what? I haven't tried that one, Eric. I haven't tried that one.
Okay, JD.
Hey, JD. Evening, sir.
I think my niece is in your part of the woods this weekend in Palm Springs for the festival. I haven't heard from her, so she must be enjoying herself far too much.
Really? What festival's going on there besides the...
One of the music festivals. I can't remember which one.
I don't know if they allow them in California without paying an extra tax. That's for sure.
Just put in the last of the citrus trees. Look out. Bit of fun.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he was showing his work this morning on Ken's stream. Yeah,
I was going to join in on Ken's for a while whilst I was awake through the night, and I didn't want to disturb Lil because she had to get up early. So
I hear you.
I didn't want to get pistol whipped at 1 in the morning.
Sorry, but yeah, I understand. I totally understand. Oh, that made me chuckle, but you're absolutely right. And that's the woman to do it.
Yeah, she's not the woman to trifle with, really.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What I love about her.
Exactly. She is not the person to do it.
She's someone who'll stand up to me. Which is what I want.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Coachella Music Festival. Yeah.
So I guess she came here with some friends?
Yeah, went over with 3 friends from uni. So the funny thing is one of them has not quite turned 21. She's about 3 weeks or 4 weeks shy of 21, so she couldn't drink. Yet over here, she's allowed to drink. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Mm.
Woo. My goodness. They've just like hit me like a ton of bricks all of a sudden. Like, holy smokes. Wow. And it's not because of the scotch, that's for sure.
Donald, I'll send you this list as well, which I've got of the Ardbeg. He does have an Ardbeg single cask number 3063 committee release.
Oh my. Oh
That is going for about 1900 over here, but he's offering it to me for a hell of a lot less.
my. Oh my goodness. Looky here. Mr. Hall, cheers, man.
Okay, William.
What's up, man? Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for stopping in here, saying hey. And
some people are too sexy. That's why Lil's not here.
Let me tell you what. Are you sipping on that now, Eric? Oof. Let me clear my palate up here because are you sipping on that Tale of Tokyo, Eric? Okay. All right, hold on. Boom. There it is. Hold on. I haven't had any of this in a minute. So let me I need a Glen.
There you go, Donald. I just sent you sort of like a readout of it all from. Actually, I'll drop over the.
Hey, Tim. I was wondering when you were going to show up and hop on and say hello. I gotta pour a little of this Tale of Tokyo since Eric has got his bottle. So let me tip a little here in mine because I haven't had any in a minute. There we go. Yeah, it's nice. It is nice. Put that thing back in here. Yeah, I tell you what, it's a neat package that and artwork on it. That's for sure. I really like the artwork that they have on these, and then the Tale of Forest was another real good one in that release. Really good. So, hey, cheers, Eric. Here's to you, sir. Man, that's nice. Yeah, mine has been open in a minute. Mine's been open for a minute, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. That Mezzanara cask finish with sherry. Ooh-wee. That sherry finish, that just that little touch is really good. Well, you can come on here and drink bourbon, even though we're drinking scotch. It does not make a difference. Yes, sir. Without a doubt, man. It is good. And like I said, give yourself a little bit of time with it, as in let it get some air in there. and then open this thing back up. It's nice.
Get in here, T-Rob.
It's a nice, luscious little drop. I will say it's a nice, luscious little drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some Rebecca Creek when I go through Texas on the way. Well, probably on the way back. I'm probably going to be a little loaded up with alcohol when we fly over until I get to Kentucky to drop stuff off.
Living vicariously. Well, you can. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Without a doubt. But I'm still trying to figure out where that backup bottle is of mine from the Tale of Forest. I cannot believe I cannot locate that thing because I know I got it around here somewhere. Hey, T-Rob, cheers.
Cheers, Jim.
How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Yes, sir. It's almost time for it to get a trim because
it's just getting good now, man. It's just getting good and full, man.
Everybody says that, but it's 93 here today.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. It's getting to be.
Yeah, we had crazy weather yesterday. It got up to like 90 degrees yesterday, and then we had a bad thunderstorm last night. We had hail and everything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then the high today was like 58. It was just stupid. I mean, yeah.
There's just
it's cooling off here today. We're finally down to 77. So
yeah.
Ooh.
It's dropped about 20 degrees in the last week.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been being high, 88 to 90 most of the week. And then I don't know where that storm came from. It came out of nowhere because they weren't even calling for rain yesterday. And it stormed like crazy.
Well,
knocked the power out, knocked the cable out,
It's commonly known as evaporation, condensation, and precipitation.
I think that's a natural occurrence, isn't it?
Yeah. we had the solid type of precipitation on the back end of this one. So luckily we didn't have the big stuff. About 5 years ago we had a really bad hailstorm. We had 2.5 to 3 inch hailstones. I mean, they busted up everything. And yesterday was about nickel, maybe quarter size, but it came. It just, like I said, it just came out of nowhere. We had been working in the yard and it started raining, so we went in the garage and we started hearing. Sounded like something solid was hitting every now and then, and I'm like, well, what? And I looked out the door and you see the ice hitting the ground and bouncing. And it was like somebody's throwing marbles at you, And it was crazy for about 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, it was like I know we had to have a bad thunderstorm or maybe even a small tornado because you could feel the temperature just drop all of a sudden. About 10 or 15 degrees in like a minute or two, and then that's when all that hail came in, and then it went north of us.
Yep.
Not a bad thing. Good to see you, Chris. How you doing, brother?
How are you, man?
I'm doing all right, brother. Anthony, thanks for running the stream, brother.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. No, just Mike needed a little break. He was out for the weekend, and I just says, hey, look,
Absolutely.
Don't rush home. Don't rush home.
I was glad to see you were going to be on a little early tonight because lately I haven't been being able to stay up on Sunday night.
Well,
yeah.
I put that out there last week on my stream, and I got a lot of responses to stay at that like 4:30 spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I did.
Right.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
And I've been asked infrequently, but enough that I remember, hey,
Yeah.
you gonna go back to your before live wire because
Nope.
most of the time they stay on. I said, it's already midnight when you come on. We stay on for 5 or 10 minutes before we go to bed.
Right. Right.
They're on your side of the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, they're not.
Going to work on a Monday is rough. Why'd you do that?
They're not on my side of the world, Anthony. I mean,
Well, okay. Believe me, I am not on your side of the world. You are the opposite side of it.
Oh no. Mm.
Yeah, you 10 o'clock in the morning
God.
right now, I bet. What time is it out there, Chris?
it's just gone 12:30 p.m. on Monday afternoon.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
So it's 10:30 a.m. at Ken's place. So
Yeah, well, that's why Ken comes on at 6:30. He comes on at 6:30 in the morning here in Arizona.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I sent him a message earlier asking him if he was alive yet, and he still hasn't replied. So
Well, he was.
His computer over there still giving him fits. So
Hey, Mark.
Oh no. What's
Cheers,
up, Mark?
man.
Cheers, man.
cheers,
You
Mark.
gotta pop on for a quick one or two.
That's right.
Yeah.
go, Doc.
There we go.
There you go.
21. Yep.
Got the link posted now.
Mhm.
Yep, we've got a frozen tea, Rob.
Do what now? I
Yeah,
froze
you
up for a
froze for a
second.
second, tea, Rob.
Yeah, yeah. I had to change to my other
Ah,
to my 5G hookup. Yeah. I was on the
Yep.
one. It was picking up the one from the back of the house.
yep.
Good old internet. You never know.
Oh yeah.
Mine told me in the middle of the week that I had no internet, but on the screen it was showing it was up. I just pay the bill. I don't really care,
All
I
right,
think I-
Donald. Cheers, man.
Cheers, Donald. I shorted the bill like $1.12, and they shut my internet off.
Come on, Donald. You should be on here with those painkillers because I reckon
Oh,
that'd be
man.
funny.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So I had to get online and give them their
Yeah.
$1.12. I'm like, really, guys?
After the way
Really?
that he
Oh,
said
my
that he was
God.
feeling yesterday.
Yeah, I had I was off Friday. I'm sleeping in the bed. It's like 8:15 Friday morning, and my phone rings, and I'm like, I'm half asleep, and I'm like, who's calling me at 8:30? And I don't recognize the number, but it's a
Yeah.
local number, so I went ahead and answered it. And it was the guy from Time Warner Spectrum. He's like, "Hey, I'm here to look at your cable. They're having some problems with it, and they say it's coming from this line." And I'm like,
Okay.
he's like, "Oh, they didn't call you?" And I said, "No, nobody's called me and told me anything."
And I
He
got
said,
a
"Well,
shotgun.
we're gonna be
in the door.
working. We're gonna be working outside in your yard and all. If you see somebody." And I'm like,
I
"If
don't
you had to
care.
call me, I wouldn't see nobody because I wasn't gonna wake up right now."
Go waking me up.
Exactly.
Go waking me up.
But they ended up having to run new cable. They had run new cable from the pole to the house a couple of years ago, some upgraded cable, but they never did the cable that's underneath the house running to everything. So evidently that cable was old and causing some shielding issues or something. So they had to go under there and run new cable under the house to where the modem comes out and all.
So the power company replaced the meter on the box, and they disconnect it, they pull it off, they slap another one on there. And when they did that, they blew up the modem in the house.
Oh,
And my internet would not work. And I called the cable
Yeah.
company, and they're like, we can't do nothing about that. So I went to the battery saving power supply.
yeah,
I went to that shit, and I said, you know what? Send me your modem. I'll pay for it monthly, because if
Yeah.
it blows up again, I don't want to have to replace it. And they said, not a problem.
Yeah.
Jesus, freaking power company. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's always
They were-
gonna be something.
They replaced our meter here about 2 years ago. And only reason why I knew they were coming, I just didn't know exactly when. But when I
Yeah,
got
well, that's
home,
it.
the clocks were flashing. So I knew there was a power outage.
You knew, yeah.
Yeah,
And then I didn't run out and look at the meter or anything like that. I noticed it later. I went, oh, they replaced the meter.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's because of a lot of the homes now have solar. And
Mhm.
they needed to upgrade the meters. But also now the meters electronically send a signal to tell them you used X amount of power.
Yeah. Your usage. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they
they
don't come
don't
around
have
anymore
people-
to read your meter. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that
Yeah.
over here for the last
Yep.
5
They've
years.
even got that on our city, or we're on county water, but they've even got that on the water now,
Yeah.
where it
Here too.
sends a signal to them. Yep.
Yeah, power. They don't have to walk around and check a meter anymore. The other thing that happened to me too is I was on a live stream a few months ago, actually like the end of last year from Britain, and I have a space heater that's in here, and I had that on the battery backup. Well, guess what happens when I plugged that thing in and it cycled? It shut off everything in the house, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm on, and I'm off. I'm only on a device, so my device is still rolling. He goes, "What's going on over there?" So I ran a 100-foot extension cord from the bedroom to the bathroom to plug in my heater, and I took everything that I had in here and I put it all in another power supply, and it all turned back on. And I was like, "Oh, geez,
Yeah.
you
That's
can't win."
crazy.
And I was supposed to switch it back, and I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And I probably should do that because if my
Mhm.
computer pops again, I'll be screaming.
Well, it'll happen,
Yeah.
especially when you least want it to. It will happen.
Yeah, but you can't sit here and have a few drinks and all of a sudden your shit starts breaking because
Exactly. Yeah.
generally
Well,
if you
so
fix it,
fun. Yeah.
yeah,
No, go ahead.
if you're gonna fix it once, you're gonna fix it twice. And I'm not that guy.
I was on Friday night. They came and did all that work Friday, and everything was working fine. I got on Friday night. I think I was on Sean's stream, and I'm sitting there. It's 12 o'clock midnight, and all of a sudden it just goes off, and I'm like, and so I see it go off on the computer. I look at my phone. It's off on my phone, and all of a sudden I just kind of look out the louvers. We got this bay window with louvers over here.
Right.
And I was getting a reflection of a flashing light out of the window. And I got up. There's some guy from the cable company. He's up on the pole at midnight.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, what the hell are you, dude? I done had 3 trucks over here, all day. And you're going to come out at midnight and mess with the damn internet, I don't know what was going on with
T-Rock,
Yeah.
two hillbillies
A lot
in the
of-
yard
lot
with a
of them-
shotgun.
A lot of them will do that sort of maintenance at night because
at night. Yeah.
people are asleep and they're not using their internet.
Correct. Yep.
Well, around here, you better come about 2 or 3 or he's going to get somebody pissed off.
No, like I said, somebody will be in the backyard with a freaking shotgun going, "What the hell's going on out here?"
Exactly. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Mhm. The things that get us arrested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
What's funny, you should all be talking about, the internet stuff. I don't want to jinx myself, so touch
Yeah.
wood.
Okay, just do a little knock.
Not going.
For a while
Knock on
there,
wood, brother.
no
Yeah.
rhyme, no reason.
Yeah.
Boom, just done.
Huh.
And then days, week, 2 weeks, stream, and it's been streaming fine for a while now. Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
jinx myself,
No.
but I've talked to the cable company and they don't have an answer. But
If
who knows?
you want to fund one of those, just talk to Ken.
Yeah,
Well, the thing
Man.
about around here is, they already got a monopoly because there's only one company that provides cable internet, and that's Time Warner Spectrum. And then, every day I see a commercial on TV. Hey, get this new bundle. Get this for $39.99. Get this for $49.99. I'm paying like $80 a month just for internet.
Yep.
And they'll give a new person that deductible rate, but I'm an existing customer. No, you don't qualify.
Yeah.
And now they changed it. Used to be if you changed the name of the account or whatever, you were eligible, for the new price or whatever. Now you got to wait 30 days.
Yeah.
Unless it's somebody else moving in, and they got a different name and all that. But yeah, you got to wait 30 days now. So you got to be without cable and internet for 30 days.
Yep. That sounds
just to get $20 off your damn cable bill a month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't want to know what I pay.
Now with the TV, we have it. All we have is internet and cable TV, and we don't even have the lowest package that you can get, and it's like $240 a month with tax. And I'm like, that's freaking ridiculous. Yeah,
it is
ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's over $130 just for internet.
Oh yeah.
God. Yeah, just for internet.
Hmm.
And what makes me mad is if I'm paying a premium and I'm having problems, how much are you giving me back?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Not a damn thing.
The thing too is, you're right. There's only one cable internet here in Las Vegas, and that's Cox. So Cox is here, Time Warner on your end of the world. My dad is the Spectrum down there in Yuma.
Mm-hmm.
And now there are a few people that come and say, hey, we have a better product and or we have a better, or we have fiber optic.
Yeah.
Great. But are you going to put fiber optic in my house?
No.
What? Yeah. Your fiber optic up to the connection in my house, then it turns to regular coaxial.
Yeah.
So I'll never get the benefit of the speed. So
exactly.
Yeah.
What's the benefit? Yeah.
What's the benefit? Exactly. So that's why I told him, I go, what's the benefit? I said, I would love to have it and save $40 a month, $50 a month, whatever the heck it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm never going to get that speed. And just like even mine, they say, oh, you're going to get blazing fast speed of this. Well, look at that ultra fine print with a microscope. It will say the sun's got to be up, the moon's got to be full, the tide's got to be high. The stars are in alignment.
Yeah,
all right.
They'll run just right.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get 300 megabytes of whatever.
Yeah,
I don't even get half that, man. And that's on a good day.
Yeah.
It's nowhere close to 300.
And that's what I say it all the time.
Yeah,
I say it all the time.
Yeah, that's
where
where
Mr. Jigs.
Oh, that's for you, Z-Man.
Yeah. Hey, there's Diggy.
Where I used to get,
Love you, brother.
I had a 1 gigabit connection to my house through fiber, and I was generally getting about 960 megabits a second down, 100 megabit up,
man.
And
only 100 though up.
Wow. Yeah, it's all that they were doing. That was the plan, was 100 up.
Oh,
I got you.
Most plans, like my 100 meg plan, which I'm on back down to now, because I was a test bed for work, so I had it for free. But now that I'm back down to my normal 100 meg connect, I get 50 meg up. So
that's not bad.
No. And I got the same thing you got, Anthony, with Cox. And they're 500 meg, and I don't see 500 meg, but I see it for that price. And then I still got DirecTV, and DirecTV is it's a couple bills every month.
Oh yeah,
I love it. That's why I haven't got rid of it yet. But the day is coming. Just saying.
There you go.
And
Yeah, they tell you the plan that you are capable of getting. That's the maximum bandwidth you can get, but it
Correct.
doesn't mean what that's the maximum bandwidth through the fiber node that you're going to get.
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they all will slow it down during peak.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep, yep.
it's funny when you get out of work. It's like 4 in the afternoon, Chris. Out here, the internet speed just fucking drops, dude. You can just
it's the same over here. You get school kids on as soon as they
yeah.
come home from school, and it
That's right.
used to just
Here's
peter
Mark.
off, especially on cable and all that. But now that we're fiber, it sort of does hold a bit better.
right.
Wow, Mr. G,
Yeah.
you screaming, man. Cheers, Mark.
That'd be
I
nice
thought-
to have nearly a gigabit up and a gigabit down.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, dude, he is screaming fast.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Cheers, Mark.
Okay.
Uh,
I knew there had to be a catch.
In other words, a catch.
I knew there was a catch. It's like there's no
You know,
way.
Jigs has got to have something to entertain himself with at the moment with everything he's going through. So.
He got going on.
Yeah,
That's
that's like
crazy.
holy smokes. That's
Mhm.
I actually had to read it twice.
That's right.
Make sure I knew what he said. And then I caught his second comment. As I said, oh, I knew it. I knew he was busting our chops. There's just no
That's
way.
right.
I don't have a second comment yet.
What's that?
I don't have a second comment.
G'day, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's
All right, I'll give it a second.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Cheers,
Up,
man.
Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
I was in the chat 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
Oh, he's got fiber.
Oh, well, there,
yeah,
we didn't doubt that last part, Mr. Giggs. Yeah, we never doubted that last part.
Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Look at this guy here.
What's
Look at this
Jason?
guy here.
Scotchy Scotch.
There he is. Cheers, Jason. Cheers.
Oh, mercy.
Well, I might have to drop off because I've got to ring my sister to act like IT support for her.
All right.
Okay.
Well, hey, great that you stopped in to say hi. When Lil gets home, tell her I said hello.
Yeah.
Will do.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a
Cheers.
good
Not all right.
afternoon.
I'll talk to you all soon. See you guys.
Cheers, brother. All right, now.
See
Cheers,
ya.
Chris.
Cheers, Chris.
So Mike, when he was out, he sent me a picture of his view, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
there's snow up there. He goes, yeah. He says, yeah, it's snowing. He's like, but it's nice just sitting here and looking out the window. And I go,
Enjoying it. Exactly.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Oh.
drinking whiskey. What are you drinking?
Yeah. I'm fixing
I mean-
to pour some of this Bardstown Origin High Ride.
Oh, that's the, yeah.
Dude,
I heard
this-
that one was pretty good.
I liked it. I've tried. I haven't had the rye. I've had this one and the wheated, and I really like this one. This one's got a really good flavor to it. The wheated was good, but I like this one a lot better.
This is what
Well-
I was drinking.
Oh, nice. Took you the
Tail of
Glenmorangie.
Tokyo.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Well,
So,
Eric
I've heard good stuff about that.
Eric got one. He sent me a text today and he says, what do you think? I said, "Phew, heck yes.
Heck yeah.
Hey, long time
What's
no
up, David?
see, Dave. Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
I think it was Ken's stream last time I'd seen him this morning.
There you go. Yeah, I had to break out this shirt. My wife got it for me at the thrift store. It says, bourbon goes in, wisdom comes out.
That's what I'm talking about. Makes you smarter.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. You see my shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the original, man.
That's
the
one of the
original.
originals.
I got my live wire glass and drinking out of tonight. So
Well, I'm doing my cheech tonight. So I cheers everybody in my whiskey encore, Glenn.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
I like Cheech's fucking glass. That's cool of him. I'm
Okay.
drinking out of my Independent Joe.
Nice. Yeah, I got one of the one of these with the whiskey encore on it.
That's the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, I
this
don't
is
have any of the
this
old
is the
ones.
original old.
Yeah, that's
well,
the original. Yeah.
The original logo, whiskey encore. But
I think that was the last one he broke. Was one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
But I tell you what, Jigs, it is a nice bottle, and if you haven't touched yours in a minute, man, wait till you pour that dram. I'm telling you.
What kind of flavors are you getting out of that, Anthony? Out of that Tokyo?
You know what? This is finished in a Mezzanara and
Okay.
sherry.
Yeah.
And
Both.
yeah. This has a really, really nice sweet
Yeah.
malt fruit, and but the sherry is really nice on this. I was
Nice.
never a huge fan of the Mezzanara finish. It
Right.
wasn't bad. It's just not something that was my cup of tea. But how do I say? As I experienced more of them, it grew on me.
Absolutely.
But this one, at first I was on the fence.
Yeah.
It was good, but I said, I don't know if I'm going to get a backup yet or not.
Right.
I wasn't sure. But now, yeah.
There you go.
I'll get one.
Do you get
I've
cinnamon
always-
out of it or no?
yeah.
What's that?
Do you get cinnamon out of it?
Not on this. No cinnamon on there, but there's definitely some vanilla. There's definitely a little fruit-esque floral.
Yeah.
For sure. Where's Marty when I need him? Floral on here. And
yeah, that's what I pick up a lot from Glenmorangie is that fruit sweetness.
Yeah, I like the Glenmorangie. I've had a few bottles of that. They're delicious.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
almost like a orange on
Yeah,
it.
citrus
But
flavor.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
But being that I've had a few different ones,
Yeah.
and it wasn't my first one,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
might have had a little influence. Yeah.
on it.
So today's technology, the way to get your alcohol delivered to your house was using drizzly.com. Well, drizzly.com got bought out by Uber the end of last month. So my liquor store has to sell their shit through Uber, and they told me to use the store's website. I did. There wasn't shit there. I'm like, whatever, guys. And I figured, you know what? I'll take it out for a test drive. So I bought 2 bottles of Buffalo Trace for $28 a piece. They gave me 40% off. So basically, I got a free bottle of whiskey out of them. And my store sent me shit through Drizzly a couple months ago, like January. It took them 2 hours to send a bottle of whiskey to me. I had to actually call the store, and I said, where is my bottle at? And they're like, oh, my God. And you know what? It'll be there. They're 20 miles down the road, man. So Uber, they spent 20 minutes and delivered me 2 bottles of whiskey and gave one of them to me for free. So today's technology, Uber Eats, we've all done that, I'm sure. But now it's Uber, and you can buy your whiskey. The selection is not great. You're not going to get a lot of, weird ass shit. But your basic sippers, they're all on the fucking website. I was like, all right, I'm in. I just thought I'd share that with you. I took it out for a test spin today. I wanted to see how it was. So because sometimes you get a little too shitty, you don't want to drive anywhere, you just want another bottle. So there you go. 2 hours to give me a bottle of whiskey. I'm like, seriously, guys?
Well, they probably had one ahead of you.
They're full of shit, brother. That's all.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God.
Mhm. Well, and it's bad when, I mean, do you want to make money or not? Come on.
All right, Jigs.
night,
Night, man.
Jigs.
Thanks for
Hey,
popping
cheers,
in here,
Mr.
bro.
Jiggs. Hope you get the feeling better, brother.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Jigs.
Well, my parents ended up with COVID. Never had it. They never had it. They were visiting my sister in Florida. Well, their daughter, but and they were out on the beach Saturday night, just sitting and talking, eating, and by the fire. And my dad said it seemed like his allergies were acting up, just like boom, eyes, nose. And so he didn't think much of it. Went home because they went to their guest house, which is like 2 blocks down the road.
Right.
And he goes, it was all he could do to drive the golf cart to get there. He says, it was like unbelievable. So he goes in, he says, I took a real hot shower. And he goes, my nose was just like a spigot. So he says, I took a couple Benadryl, and he says, I stayed up in the chair all night long, but you fall asleep because of the Benadryl. But he says he got up the next day and he goes, man, it's like it wouldn't end. And so, they go and do their thing on Sunday. And then he kind of retired a little early. And then they were over there Monday, taking him out and about, and went to was it Sunday night or Monday? Anyway, went to a hockey game, and then dinner. And then he went to leave Tuesday, and he said he was just like hit by a train. And then, of course, flight delayed 4 hours, leaving the airport. Yeah, exactly. And so he says, and when you don't feel good, you're like, are you kidding me?
Exactly.
So anyway, flew into, let me think, flew into Phoenix, and they drove home down to Yuma. And he goes, oh, it was just miserable. And so Wednesday or Tuesday when he got home, he tested just because, and he pegged all the boxes. And then my stepmom, she ended up testing, and she got flagged for it. So they're doing good. They got on the hydroxychloroquine. And once he got on that, boop, he says, like night and day difference. Night and day difference. So
Yeah.
hold on there. I hit the wrong one. Well,
My girl got it in the hospital in 2020.
oh yeah.
And she was out of work for 5 months. And she didn't realize what the fucking was going on because it was just making her, she already has asthma. So it made her respiratory issue even worse. And I went over there one day because they were making them wear these full facial masks. So she lost her bangs. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to your hair? And she goes, I can't wear it with the mask they're giving me. I'm like, okay. And she goes, I'm not supposed to be around any patient that has COVID. And of course, they mix them up with other patients. They're not, they just put them where they want to put them. And 5 months later is when she was actually able to go back to work. Then, of course, I got in trouble with her because last year her birthday is in August. And she came home from work, just give me this, little shit-eating grin look. And I'm like, what did you do? She goes, I quit. I retired. I'm like, what?
There you
Yeah, well, dude, I got in trouble because I didn't wish her a happy birthday. Because I realized, what the fuck you just did? Because she was a nurse for 33 fucking years. And she goes, yeah, I'm done. I'm not going back there. I was like, well, good for you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You know,
And I've been in my job for 33 years. I'm working on 34 years, and anytime I want, I can go. I'll just be a fly on the wall. I don't care. My bosses, they give you the look like don't quit. They also give you the look like, yeah, you need to behave yourself. Anyway.
exactly. Exactly. When you get to that point,
Yes,
that's
sir.
it. Tim and I are just waiting to get to that point.
I got about 5 more years.
That's
Are
where
you-
I'm at.
Are you
5 years, and
T.
then I
Rob?
won't care.
T-Rob, you collecting a pension right now or no?
Yeah. I started collecting my law enforcement pension when I turned 55.
What's it through?
It's through the state.
Okay.
It's just
Are
a straight pension. It
Are you-
depends on how many years of service you had and your highest 12 quarters of pay. They plug that into a formula.
Are you familiar with PSRS?
I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar with it.
The PSRS is Public Safety Retirement System. It's done for my line of work, your line of work, and firemen.
Yeah.
And they give you a retirement as soon as you quit. And
Okay.
then the place I'm working for right now,
Yeah.
I get a state retirement from that. And PSRS actually gives you a credit on your insurance of like $150 a month. So I don't pay shit for my insurance.
There you go. Yeah, that's the only bad thing. There are some agencies in South Carolina, like if you work for the state or if you work for certain cities and counties, they'll allow you to keep your insurance, until you turn 65 and go on Medicare. But a lot of them don't. So that's why a lot of guys end up staying till they're 65, just because they can't afford the insurance. Especially if you've got a pre-existing condition. And most of the time, by the time you're 65, you got something going on, that you got to deal with.
I went and I had a job and I was working for the city, and they wouldn't give me more money because they said I was already collecting retirement from the state.
Right.
I'm like, it's not state. It's from a whole another agency. So there was like 4 days went by and they called me back in the office and they're like, you know what? We're giving you, they upped my salary like $3 or $4, whatever it was. And he goes, I didn't know that's what you were involved in. I'm like, I told you guys what I was involved in.
That's right.
And he's like, oh, well, long story short, I didn't work for them for long.
Right.
I went back working where I was at right now. I didn't want to, but they're going to pay me a lot more money. So, you guys can go suck a, thing.
Yeah.
So anyway,
in South Carolina, you can retire. If you have 20 or more years at age 55, you can retire. You lose a little bit of a percentage. It's not the full percentage, but if you have 25 plus, you can retire at any age, and get full retirement. Because my wife was, she went to work for the police department when she was 21, and she had worked for the school district for 3 years before that. She worked with special needs kids, and so while she was working as a police officer, she bought 3 years of her school district time. The state would allow you to buy those years. So she bought those 3 years, and she retired at age 43 with 25 years in, and she was able to get her full retirement.
They do this. They do the same thing out here. I retired at 49, and I had 24 years when I was uniformed.
Right.
And
right.
now I'm no longer uniform. So
yeah. Well, my biggest thing was I had already been at the sheriff, between my time at the sheriff's office and the police department. I'd already been there almost 20 years. And when I got the chance to go to work at the power plant, I looked at, I said, well, even if I stay 10 more years and go out at 57 with more than 25 years, I was still going to have to go find something else to do.
Yeah.
Part time or something. And I said, I can go to work at the power plant. I can bring home more money than I was making before. I could put away more money than I was making before. And that way I'll just stay till I can get Medicare, and I won't have to worry about working a second job or anything like that.
Right on.
And so it was a great thing for me. And I worked part-time from 2012 to 2018 when I finally stepped down. And that was only because something that happened with the state prior to 2018. If you were an instructor in nuclear, you didn't have to be registered as an armed officer through the state because you were a trainer. We weren't on shift. And so they allow, and also because we have to conform to the NRC regulations for trainers and firearms instructors and all that. We have to ascribe to a lot higher, regulations than the state requires. So they gave us an exemption. Well, in 2018, they brought a new regime in and they changed everything. And they said, okay, if you're going to be an instructor now, you have to be registered as an armed officer. And in South Carolina, you can't hold a dual commission. So I couldn't still work for the sheriff's office and be registered as a private security officer at the same time. So I ended up having to drop my sheriff's office stuff. But, I mean, I still had it allowed me to get those extra year and a half in total time. So I had over 20 years. So when I turned 55, I could start drawing that money.
So your registration is done through where? The state?
It's through the state. Yeah.
Okay. Well, mine's always been through the state, and you have to do it once a year.
Mm-hmm.
And
I just went. I had to go to research last week for my classroom instructor and for the firearms. I have to go once a year for that.
And people don't realize too, like when you do have to research for that shit.
Yeah.
And the way you have to go through doing it, it's time shit.
Oh yeah.
And like mine, they're doing this shit at 2 in the morning, and they're doing it 2 a.m. because they want to make sure you can shoot at night.
Yeah.
So you're like, what the hell just happened? And then we got instructors that throw flashbangs at targets.
Mm-hmm.
So when shit jumps off,
just
you
destroy your eyesight. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're like, what the hell? And you learn real quick on what it is that you're dealing with. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, then. Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, you too, man.
Sorry about that, Anthony.
No, it's all good. I'm in the PERS retirement here for
There you go.
the state of Nevada. So,
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm like that 5 years, and I won't care. But I'll probably stay till I'm 65.
Yeah.
Which will be in 10 years because Medicare.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's put it
Medicare is 64 and a half. Mine, you have to have 5 years, Anthony, and they want you to have 80 points. So it's 5 years plus your age. I will not make it because I already collected retirement from somewhere else. So I'm just going to retire out. I'll retire out in the next couple of years, and I'll be, what am I at right now? I'll be 60.
There you go.
No, I'm going to peace out on them. And they've already been told.
Well, like I said, if push comes to shove, 62, because then I'm eligible for it. But my wife's going to retire in about 4 more years, but she couldn't get Medicare because she's not old enough. So I'll have to put her on mine. So I'll carry her on
that through
until she or me go to 65. She'll be 62, and then she can get on.
Let me get a beer.
Medicare. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Totally good.
But
that's me. 5 years I'll be 65. So, and that's going to be, I say right now, that's when I'm going to go. I mean, I might stay a year or two after that if I want to, but that's going to be my first look.
Well, that's just it. It's just like if you want to.
Exactly. And it
Mhm.
also depends on, what my wife got going on too, because
Oh,
she's
yeah.
8 years, she's 8 years older than I am. So, she might want to go travel some. So, hey, and we do travel a good bit now, but I've always been that thing that, hey, travel while you can, because you never know in the
Right.
future if you're going to be able to do stuff. Things come along and things happen, and
Well, it is. And then you
Yeah.
don't want to have to push. You don't want her to have to push you around in your wheelchair.
exactly.
That's right.
That's
Oh
right.
my goodness. Hold
What's
on.
up, Cheech?
Don't go anywhere, Cheech.
No,
This
you
is
got
what
it
I've
going.
been. Hey, if you could see it, Cheech, this is what I've been cheering everybody with my whiskey
That's it.
encore glass
The
tonight.
OG glass.
I said, got to remember Cheech today. So I pulled the glass out. Now, let me put something in there because I'm
There
out.
you go.
Yeah. And
What's
since
up,
I've been
J-Max?
drinking scotch, I'm going to stay on that.
Stay in the Scotch.
Well, yeah.
I currently only have one Scotch, and my wife, in her
You don't
infinite
have to.
wisdom,
You drink whatever
No.
you
Oh, no.
want.
yeah. But my wife, in her infinite wisdom, rearranged my bottom cabinet, and I don't know where anything is right now. I know where everything is on my shelves, but the bottom cabinet has been totally rearranged.
You know what?
I opened it the
haven't
other day, and I was like, "What?"
I haven't poured my Glencaddam in a minute. So
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna pour a little bit of that so I can cheers. Cheech.
Mm.
And that will be my nightcap.
There
I
you
love them. This has a
Oh, a squeaky.
I know.
Woo.
I know. And this is another Lithuania exclusive
Ah,
from JD.
nice.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this.
What's up, J Max?
Hey, let me turn off this light in the back.
Cheers, brother.
Sure, J Max.
Hey, what's
Sorry
up?
about that. Sorry about that, Anthony.
All right, now I got something in my glass to cheers Cheech. Let me set this down. In my original whiskey encore glass right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cheers, Cheech. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better, man. Hey, it's you, Cheech. That's right.
Nice.
Oh, see.
Oh, look, got
Got
the coin too. Nice.
Yeah. Yep. This is the original. Man,
There you go.
wow, was that a fruit explosion on that one? Vanilla cream. Wow.
Ooh,
I know. I haven't touched
Sounds
that
delicious.
Glencaddam in a minute.
wow.
That's perfect, buddy. Glad to hear it. Scott was on here earlier. He dropped in to say hi. He's doing all right.
Good for him.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I told him keep us posted on Instagram.
Scott's out of the
Absolutely.
hospital, right?
No, he's home.
Yeah, he's home.
About a week now, maybe.
About a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him bounce in on some chats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He popped in on chat here a little earlier, and it was nice to see him. Nice to see him making the rounds, just saying hey.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. So, Jay, what you got in the glass here?
I've been doing this one here.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, break
Is that
my
a pit
heart.
or just a regular one?
No,
Oh, there we go.
Corn.
Nice.
Corn with whiskey was drinking one of those.
that's a
me.
single barrel. J Max, that's single barrel.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do the white labels. They don't work for me.
I buy the single barrels, but go through them too fucking quick, man. They're just delish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
I
tell you
like
what.
that 110 proof point. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the proof point on them was
It's-
great, man.
It's a nice proof point. I think it is. I think that at that proof point, it's really good for that particular
That's right.
spirit.
Single
You know,
barrel
I
okay.
really do.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
do.
What warehouse is yours from, Jim?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that seems to be the one people want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last couple I got came from Tyrone B. Evidently, they've been doing a bunch of picks out of there.
I had
But I've seen several others that have been from Tyrone B.
a CNA that I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, the CNAs are nice.
Yep.
I got one here from this one from Halloween last year.
Yeah, I like that bottle. That's cool. That's a cool tater.
And it was cool because it was distilled on 10/31 of 2013. Yeah. Distilled
like
on
that.
Halloween, and they put it out on Halloween, so that was pretty cool.
Turkey neat. I like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Trick or treat. Give me some turkey meat.
I still have some of that one from Shane. The one on the lake.
Liquor by the lake.
By the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drank all mine. I wish I had that bottle. It was so good.
I've got that, and then I got another one sitting up there. And you guys just jog my memory, like, yeah, I haven't seen that too. So I'm missing my Glenmorangie Tail of Forest, and then those two bottles, which it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, there's one of them. Okay, this one isn't it, but this is Warehouse A, Floor 4 from Total Wine,
There you go.
which is good. I liked it.
Yeah.
And
They're all good.
where are we at here? Yeah, it's let me try to see. It is 12/2/11 is the distilled date, and dumped on 12/14/20, bottled on 1/30/21.
So that's a pick for Total Wine.
What's that?
Is that a pick for Total Wine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, I didn't know they did that.
Oh yeah. They don't. It's one thing on this one. They don't last long.
12/22. Okay.
9 years, a couple months.
9 years. Yeah, most all of them are 9 to 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one was.
Mine doesn't show up too good because I don't have the set.
All right.
But yeah,
Yeah, this one actually says 9
this has a
years
lot
on
of
it.
cherry. This has a lot of
Sometimes
cherry.
they do.
It says 9 years on
Yep.
it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Don't
a
bother.
nice. It's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was 5 months from being a 10-year.
Now, where is that other one?
With Baker 7 going up in price, I'm not sure I'm going to be a buyer anymore.
No.
Wow. I bought one down in when we were at Cheech's back in February. I bought one. It was a 8-year, 11 months. They had them for $49.99.
Yeah, at that price, I'd still get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
And around here, I've seen them for they're like 58 to 60 most places. But yeah, if they get much higher than that, you can get a 120 pick for 50.
yeah. Knob Creek is still amazing value.
Yeah.
I just picked up a 9-year 100 proofer for like $30.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
$30.
those standard 100
Knob Creek.
proofers are really good. Yeah.
It was a good price. I was like, yeah, that's what it should be.
I got into this one recently. It's not bad at all.
Oh, that's a pick.
Yeah, but it's not barrel proof. It's 92 proof.
No,
I
it's
saw that.
92. Wow.
I was wondering.
Still good finish to it.
Yeah.
That's all that counts.
That's it.
That's all that counts.
Drink that on days when I have a headache.
Nice. I'll fix to pour a little bit of this. I don't know if y'all tried this, that James E. Pepper barrel proof.
I don't think I've had that one yet.
Oh, this thing is so good, man. It's only It's 107 and some change. 107.4. But man, it's super. Man, it's got a lot of caramel and brown sugar in it.
I wouldn't buy anything Knob Creek that's single barrel ever.
Oh yeah.
65 bucks for this bad boy, and it's the store pick.
It's 120 on the proof.
Yes,
right?
sir. It's,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's delish.
I had a Benny's Knob Creek that was fantastic.
My store buys stuff from Beam that they give to restaurants. So every once in a while, I don't know if they're supposed to be doing this, but they hold on to some bottles. So when I go into the liquor store, I see the shit sitting on the shelf, and I grab them all day. The last one said Handy's Bar, which is a bar that's down in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, and it was delicious.
This was the last one I got from my local store.
Yeah.
And it's 10 years and 5 months.
I need
And this thing is a bomb.
There were 6 bottles of this sitting on the frickin'. It's not even on the
This
shelf.
is the 3rd or 4th bottle I bought of this until they ran out.
It's on the counter. And
I told Adriana I was going to keep this so when her and Nick come to North Carolina the next time, because it's got the little blue Jeep on the back like her old one.
Oh,
I was just going to say, yes, you don't have that Jeep anymore.
No.
Yeah.
But this bottle was so good, man. Gosh,
Yeah, she still dig it. Knob Creek is some good fucking juice.
This bottle was actually picked by Melissa Rafe, who is currently the head taster at Old Forester. But when they picked this bottle, she was one of the tasters at Beam. And so she was with the group that picked. She actually recommended this barrel and was in on the tasting. And, dude, it is delicious. It's a great bottle.
Team puts out some good stuff.
Yes, they do. I'm going to take a pour of that. I need to buy another fucking bottle because I know I'll just consume this one and go, man, where'd it go? Where'd my bottle go?
In my belly.
Yeah. Crybabies.
I had a really good one this week. It was a Johnny Walker single malt. Oh, so good.
Which one?
It's like a gray label, Johnny Walker. Like a single malt, I think it said on it.
Gray label.
It was
Wow.
super good. Like it tasted slightly peated. Just really good.
What was the proof on it?
I don't remember.
No.
Hobby Nobby. I don't think it was real high proof.
Oh, this thing was a pick. Really good. Really, really good. I'm trying to read.
Trying to read what, chat?
No, the bottle.
Oh,
523.11.
sorry.
523.11.
All right, I went to this side of the forest.
And I'm looking, it was bottled on 12 of 20. But this is good. I am really, I mean, this is good. This was a pick from Liquor Line up here, and
Ooh, nice.
I know, but that was like a little over 2 years ago, and oh my goodness, was this thing so good? And I'm purposely not going after it, and I think it's been a year since I've opened this bottle, but it's one of those that wow, and I have 3 more back there that I bought, I think in 21, and they're all picks, but because of the pandemic, some people never picked them up. So another liquor store here did, and I bought all 3 of them because they had them open, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're phenomenal. But I've never opened them because I've already had some, so they're still sealed, and they are they were so good. But these are great. So the majority of my Knob Creeks all are picks, with the exception of that 9-year-old I just picked up a few months back. And so, but phenomenal juice, these picks. Phenomenal juice.
Absolutely.
And then this is the next one that I've got to get into. It's a smoke wagon pick.
Ooh.
Here. So I've got one here, and I've got one already open up there. And Mike's got that bottle up there too.
Mm.
Yeah, Mike's got that bottle. Turk's got that bottle. And so another friend of mine down in Arizona, he's got that bottle, and he owns a liquor store down there. So when I got that bottle, I had taken it down, and I said to him, "You have got to try one of these." And so I poured it for him, and he really liked it. And so he said, "Man, I'd like to have one." So I got him a bottle, and I took it down a couple of weeks ago when I was there before my parents left for Florida. But anyway, this one is sweeter on the palate than the one that's up there right now.
Oh.
So this is a different store, but by the same company.
Right.
And I've never seen, I've only heard of, but smoke wagon picks. So this year, Aaron put out quite a few, and I was lucky to get 2 out of the 3 from this one store.
There
So,
you go.
You can't be in the right spot every single time.
No.
So,
Right.
so the pick was
Ended up getting-
Nevada only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ended up getting 5 of these
Wow.
total, and 3 of them went to other people.
I've gotten a shit ton of High West picks. I've not gotten anything with smoke wagon.
You know what?
But
I have been disappointed in most of the High West stuff coming out lately.
The double rye stuff that comes on Anthony, I love it. And now that it's like going away, I'm gonna miss it because it takes away the rye on it.
They're not doing the picks anymore, I think, the black labels.
Right. Yeah. That's what I heard.
I enjoy those.
Well, and I had one pick that I got out of a place here in Arizona. It was fucking root beer all day, man. It was fucking delicious. Oh my God. And I still got a bottle in the bunker. I haven't opened it.
That was the double rye, was it?
Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Double rye wasn't bad. I didn't think that was a bad one they had.
No, I loved it. I loved it.
I got one finished in grape brandy.
Ooh.
Really?
I bet that was good.
Now that has to be interesting.
I'd have to go visit it again.
Yeah.
That's what happens when we
When you
start
think
on,
about it.
yeah, you start on different distilleries and you talk about it. And you go, "Oh, hey, I got this. I haven't had that."
I'm gonna take a taste of this again. Just,
Oh yeah,
why
taste.
not?
Yeah,
Stop.
Make
Yeah, the
sure
only
it's
thing
well
I've
pressed.
got from Smoke Wagon currently is the just standard bourbon. I got the Halloween
Hey.
bottle from last year, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
good.
Halloween bottle-
For
Halloween
$30,
It
you
is.
know? Yeah,
I enjoy
It's-
that one. That's a low
it's a good
proofer that
bottle
I
for
like.
$30. Yep.
Yeah, it's like 90 proof.
Look at that. Oh, you got it from
Wow.
Benny's. Okay.
Great brandy.
Like how?
Oh, double
I
rye.
don't even have to get to the glass. I can smell already.
Oh yeah.
I just got to calm down a little bit before I drink it.
But yeah, like I said, the High West lady, and I forget who bought them out.
I don't know.
Who bought out High West?
Yes.
Let's see.
Damn.
They're not the original people at High West.
But they didn't change anything with the distillate. Was my
No, not right now. No.
And to do that is stupid. Because we as collectors, everybody here is a fucking collector.
Constellation Brands
We went the same juice. I'm gonna buy something else. And I want to know
I
what.
think you're right, Greg. I think you're right. I can't remember, but I know it's somebody.
Thought it was Campari. Yeah, that's believable right there.
Whoever
I think
Constellation Brands
Now you put
bought High West.
look up Campari, T-Rob,
Okay.
and who
Well, I'm
they
trying
own.
to see.
That's what Greg put in chat.
Let's see.
I know they were brought out because I don't know if I heard it from Adriana and Nick.
Yeah,
I know they were going up there and grabbing certain releases. No. Where?
they're in Colorado, right?
No, Utah.
Utah.
Okay.
Oh,
Mike's in Colorado, then. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. Now that's gonna bug me. But anyway.
Let T-Rob look it up.
I'm looking it up. It says that a company called Constellation Brands bought High West, but it doesn't say. It doesn't say who they are.
Corona,
Okay.
Fresca,
Yeah, Campari does own Wild Turkey, Eric.
Casa Noble Tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, Park City,
Okay.
Utah. Yep. Oh, shit.
They don't list any whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep, Park City. That's where it,
Oh, my goodness.
I know. That's terrible. I know.
Oh, yeah. Stop, brother. That Knob Creek. Oh, yeah. That takes your palate for a ride.
They only list High West as the only whiskey that they have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That Knob Creek 120 proof takes your palate for a fucking ride. Just saying. That's a great ride.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
51.7. That's about 103.4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an evergreen tree.
What finishes that double rye?
It's a great brandy.
Okay. The cute name or no?
Do what?
Did they give it a cute name?
It's just biddies.
Okay.
I got
Got any? No tater sticker per se.
No tater sticker.
Yeah, they put it where it says what it's finished on. The label that you showed. My computer's on it's on delay. So as you put shit up on there, it's showing what you're showing. So I get to see it after the fact.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking. J-Max.
Yeah, it just says great brandy. It doesn't have any name to it.
It's dark though too. I don't know.
Yeah.
What proof is it?
It's probably not that old. It's 103.4.
Okay. Mine
That's
I
not
think
bad.
is like
I like anything north of 100.
yeah, mine's at like 99.9. It's delish.
Just a year in that great brandy, so it's probably only 3 or 4 years old total.
Yeah, they do. I think they do great things with their fucking whiskey. So.
Oh, I guarantee you, Greg, but I didn't know they bought Wilderness Trail. Oh my gosh. That was one of the first. That was the first review I had done. And that was one of the most amazing transformations in a bottle that I've ever experienced. That the cherry note after like 6-8 months, maybe, because it was a review I did, and I just put it back on the shelf. And for some reason, I just never went to it, but I picked it out after about 6 months, maybe a year. Shit, I don't even remember. But oh my gosh, the cherry note on that, it just hit me like a coal shovel in the face. It was so good. So good. And I've always heard people talk about sometimes a bottle over time will transform, and it's the true notes really just fly out of there, and holy smokes, I was amazed.
Mhm.
So I have another one up there. I haven't opened it in 3 years. It's still sealed. But it's from, excuse me, from that batch, and you can see the barrel char floating at the bottom of the bottle.
Oh wow.
And oh my,
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
no. But reading what Greg put down there, it's like, oh man. Well, I mean, everything's going up, but I haven't purchased a Wilderness Trail in a minute, only because I've got a couple on the shelf, and I have a couple of
Right.
picks, and they are truly amazing. And the one I was talking about was just a shelfer that had really just changed, and that's, I was like, holy smokes. But I have a couple of picks, like I said, store picks that are them. And I love Wilderness Trail
Mhm.
whiskey in general. It's really good. Really good. Okay. 5 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if he put the thumbnail out yet, Joe.
Yeah, he doesn't usually do it till that day. So,
Yeah.
and I get out of work. I get out of work at like 4:30 in the afternoon. So I'm driving down the freeway, and he's going fucking live. So
Okay.
it is what it is, you know.
Well, we're in different time zones. That's the hard thing. And that's like
Well,
I said.
that's it. He doesn't open pub shit like you're doing right here. So I always get on and say hi.
But anyway, that's what I said last week, and a lot of people did get back to me and say, "Hey, we'd like to see you earlier. We'd like to see you earlier." So,
because they got to go work. They got to go fucking work.
Well, that too.
Well, it depends on where you are. You know, yeah. I mean, if you're on the West Coast, you know, it's 9 o'clock. You know,
Exactly.
If you're here, it's midnight. Yeah.
It's 8:37 to you, Rob. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, his normal when he normally goes on, it would be midnight here. Yeah.
I usually shut it off at like 11 or so. I'm done.
Yeah.
I did take a nap through the first hour of this room. So.
Mm.
And that was
Usually, I like to try to stay up and at least watch, 15 to 30 minutes. But it also depends on how many bottle kills I did that night too.
Yeah,
I always save my bottle kills for live wire, and after that sometimes it gets a little.
T-Rob, I was in a European stream, and somebody in there said, "I wish I had the light whiskey, man."
Oh wow,
all he does
dude. A pig.
Yeah. I haven't
go ahead.
in a while.
So I was in a live stream, like the middle of the week. I had the day off, and somebody was saying,
I could see you trying to hike that out of there, Greg. I could see you doing it. Oh, 8 o'clock Eastern. 5 o'clock.
Which is 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock our time.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Somebody was saying all I do is drink, take naps, get up, and then get on streams. Like, do you realize how many years I had to work to do what I do? Come on.
Exactly.
Do you fucking really understand that?
Hey, yeah.
No,
Hey, they're all gonna get older one day and realize how important naps are. Just saying.
dude, you just fucking get tired of the hustle and bustle.
Yep. Hey, there's some days I come up from work and I just get in that recliner and I'm gone for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
My girl's like, why aren't you? I found a handyman that'll do everything, anything for $120.
Yeah.
And I told her, let's replace the kitchen faucet. And she goes, well, here, I'll give you the money for the faucet. And I'm like, cool. Somebody's going to come and install it. And she went, what? I said, I'm not crawling underneath the fucking sink. He was in the house for 20 freaking minutes. Took the old one out, put the new one in. He was out. And she looked at me and she goes, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, okay. So I didn't get off the couch. There's no stress involved. So get over it. And I paid for all of it. So don't worry about it.
Exactly.
And,
How many trips to the repair
Hardware
store do you
store.
have to make?
Yeah.
0.
Zero. Exactly. Yeah. That's another thing.
Something,
I work on
some
vehicles
things are
all day
worth
with
paying
friends. Yeah.
You'll need
And-
another fitting or a flange or a,
I've changed more faucets in this house that should have taken 15, 20 minutes had turned into a couple of hours because just what you said, you don't have this or you don't have that.
Nope.
Or like this wrench. Okay, it's a special wrench that's on an extension that can get up there so you can actually tighten it. I didn't
Right.
know you needed one of those when I first did the kitchen one. And I'm like, are you kidding me? How do you get up there to do that? Then I found out there's a wrench, and I'm like, oh, that's only $39, $40.
never
Oh yeah,
fail.
it's
Yeah.
and like you said, how many trips back and forth? And I need an angle stop. Oh, the new line isn't long enough. So I got to take the one that it came with off, get a longer one, put it on. I'm out of tape.
I'll stick.
Thread tape.
I'll
I'm like,
still
are
fix the
you
toilet, but
idiot?
even that's getting to be old because
Oh,
the lines and the fucking on-off valve. It's like, yeah, it's the whole thing.
that's
So-
what I'm saying. Ridiculous. But
And if some dude's going to charge me $120 to do it all, yeah, come fix my shit. She's looking at me like, you crazy? He actually replaced. She got a new puppy 3 or 4 years ago, and she wanted all the doors fixed. And she goes, something needs to be done. So I'm like, you know what? I'll fix the door. And I call this dude, and she goes, what are you doing? I said, dude's going to fucking come fix the door. I said, I tried to fix it. You want a new door on there. I got the door. It's in the hallway. Let him just fucking shave the shit and put it all up. And she goes, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm serious. We sat in the living room, and he fucking fixed the door. And she goes, I can't believe it. There's another one of those. I can't believe you just did that. Yeah, I just did that. Get over it.
again, some things I will pay for. Other things I will do. Like today I put the new swamp cooler in my window. And
There you go.
I tell you what, I was mad because the company forgot to drill some holes in the unit. So-
Shit.
I had to do it. But the problem with that is this. The drill, you know what I'm saying, has a thickness to it. Where I needed to be if I held
It was
the
too.
drill. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
it's too tight. Yeah.
Oh, Lou.
So you
So I
needed
said,
one of those straight chuck with a 90-degree on it.
Exactly. Well, I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
that. That's it goes back
I
to what
don't
we were
either.
talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I was mad. And so I'm like, you know what? It won't make a difference if it's cockeyed or not. Right.
There you go.
So anyhow, I got it to work, and that's all that counts. And Greg, you'd have walked out of there like a peacock in heat in full bloom. You'd have strutted out of there with that thing. Just knowing you might have a chance to look like him. Looky here, looky here.
Oh, you got to read that comment full though. Yeah, it's like looking at that, going, "What are you guys talking about?"
Oh.
Like,
Much better than I was a few weeks ago.
Woo!
There you
Much
go.
better. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for popping in and smashing that like button. Really do appreciate it.
But adult size stuff. Yeah. Hey, Joe, my buddy has handicap toilets in his house, so they sit higher off the floor, and you just don't have to fucking. You just we just plop down on it.
Damn, Joe.
And I asked him, I'm like, what is this shit? And he goes, hey, man, if you're going to poop, you're going to poop. I'm like, okay.
Hey, there's two things that I don't mess with: plumbing and electrical.
Exactly.
I call the man
You know what?
because I'm not messing with it.
You know what? I've changed an outlet, and my pride kept me from going out hitting that breaker. Well, after about the second or third time I blew that because I touched something, bit me, I go outside and flip that freaking breaker.
So
Well, whoever built this house, every time we've had an electrical issue in this house, and we've got a guy that does all our electrical work. He's got a regular job, but he's a certified electrician at his job, and he does electrical stuff on the side. Every time he has come to our house to fix something or change something, he gets up there in the ceiling and he's like, who in the hell wired this shit? It's everything in his house was wired up wrong, you know,
You should told him.
or shortcutted or something.
You should have told him just some backwoods country boy.
just some backwoods country boy.
Well, the bad thing was when my wife built this house, we weren't together when this house was built, but she built this house. She had this house built, and she knew the contractor. She knew him from work and all. But evidently this guy's crew were the king of the shortcuts. You know, whatever you could shortcut, they were going to shortcut it.
Yeah.
And so we've spent years getting everything back up to code, you know, and like it's supposed to be. Thank God the house hadn't caught on fire and burnt down a couple of times. But,
you know, many years ago, when I first experienced knob and tube wiring.
Oh yeah, you don't want.
You remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I never thought that sucker was going to be live until I brushed up against it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord love a duck. I let out a war hoop that, I mean, Chesty Puller would have been proud.
Oh my gosh.
It scared me more than anything because I wasn't expecting it. Right. I mean, I just didn't, because I've seen it in older houses where they just leave it. It's abandoned.
Yep.
You'll see it in the attics. Okay.
Or sticking out of the ground, which I've seen.
But I'm just saying, and I reached up to do something and I brushed up against it and it bit me. And it wasn't that it was smarts, but I mean, it shocked me because literally and figuratively, I just wasn't expecting it. I'm like, why is that hot?
Because it's still got voltage.
I remember when I was in college during the summertime, I worked at the local telephone company and I worked doing inside maintenance and new number installs and stuff at the central office. And when you walked in the back door where the central office area was, there was a long steel rack and it had cards and pins on both sides all the way down. And there was just looms of wire going across the top and they would drop down. And if you were wiring up, you know, telephone numbers, you had to, you know, put wires on certain pins and things like that. Well, at the end of that long block, there was a desk it was called the test desk. The technician sat there, and anytime they had issues with the lines and all, he could punch buttons and isolate it or move it to another block or whatever. But about chest high in the middle of that first rack, it was called a carrier plate. So everything at the telephone company runs off of DC, and it runs off of batteries. So you got a room in the back there that's slam full of these batteries that are 3 foot tall and 2 foot wide.
Shit.
And they're all linked in sequence.
Man.
And there's 2 chargers back there that run 24/7 that constantly recharges it, because batteries don't have any noise.
Yep.
So that's why your telephone is clear, because it's running off of batteries. So all those amps from those batteries fed into that carrier plate. And there was a sign right above it. It says, "Do not touch." Now, there was nothing covering it. It was just, "Do not touch." Well, I was wiring a number one day, and I had to lean up pretty high to bring the wire down. I mean, I could reach it. I didn't need the little step stool thing. But when I reached up to do it, my chest just did touch that thing.
Yep.
And I have never had a feeling. It wasn't like getting shocked out of an outlet, because it was all amps. And it actually pulled me into the rack. It literally grabbed me.
So amperage is the flow through
And
the
I'm-
wire, and voltage is the push.
Yeah.
So when you do a 220 or a 440 volt, that's the shit that'll knock you on your ass.
Well, this stuff was running in the top of this was 660. So it was hot as hell.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But luckily there was a guy sitting at the test desk, and as soon as I got sucked into it, he turned around and he saw it, and he ran over there and just pushed me off of it. And I went flying, down the floor there. And he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I think so." But, dude, I tell you what, I never got close to that thing again. I was so scared of that thing.
One of my ham radio amplifier, it's a 220 volt,
Yeah.
and it'll pull 15 amps. So what I did to it was I ran a 220 line, so it's half that.
Yeah.
So it hits the breaker less. And I found out that it says lethal voltage when you pull a case off of it. It actually has a micro switch that shuts off the amplifier when you're trying to service it. So you don't ever want to sit there and put your fingers on it.
We were moving one of those racks one time because they were bringing in some new switching equipment, and where the door was, there wasn't enough room to bring the cabinet in and turn it to go in the back. So we were going to have to take that last 6 foot of that rack and cut the top and turn it about 30 degrees.
Yeah, that's
So I'm holding the ladder. The guy's up. He's up on the top of the rack with a portaband. Well, all that cable's running through a J channel or a U channel.
I don't think so.
Oh,
And he's cutting it's cutting flat bar, and all of a sudden it cuts through, and the saw drops down like that, and it nicks that 660 cable, and it fucking sparks just, and every fuse in the back went out.
So I got a swimming pool.
It melted the blade on that portaband saw. It just melted it right into
my swimming pool is a 220 line, and I went out there one night and the fucking pump, everything was shut off.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is going on? So it popped the breaker like it was supposed to. So I turned the breaker back on. I go back out there, and as soon as I hit that thing, it had not the coax line, the power line. That's the one that's the flexible conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking there's something fucking wrong here. So, me, dumbass. I'm like, I'll just turn it on and see what happens. And when I did it, all I saw was a fucking spark because it was shorting out to itself, and it shut everything off. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, we spent the whole rest of the afternoon that day.
Yeah. I went on Amazon. I bought another. When I went on Amazon, I bought another power cord, but of course I had to fucking take the motor off the pool and redo the shit. I'm like, anyway, good times, brother.
I don't play around with electricity.
No, anytime you get shocked and killed, you fucking learn your lesson quick.
Yeah.
There's no playing with electricity.
No.
there is. It just you got to know what you're doing.
Well,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
once you realize the danger of what you're fucking doing, you'll survive.
I've seen too many close calls in my life with super high voltage. I'm talking like the feed that comes in from the power company that you can't get into that area, but then it goes into your distribution system. And I've seen what the people look like when they come out after an arc flash incident.
Ooh.
Let me tell you something.
There's a lot of dudes that have done high. I'm sorry. There's a lot of dudes where I'm at here in Arizona. There's been a lot of high power voltage, and they've been killed by the shit, and they don't publicize it.
Oh yeah, it's no joke.
We had arc flash incident about 6 years ago at the plant. They were working on a panel box inside one of the bus rooms, and the procedure told them that at a certain point they were supposed to turn this lever on the machine to the on position. Well, when they got to the point in the procedure, there was a sign on the panel box where the switch was that says, "Do not manipulate this switch if under load."
Yeah, no shit.
So they stopped. They stopped because the procedure told them to do it, and the sign said, "Don't do it." So they got the supervisor. The supervisor got with work control. They got the design engineer And the design engineer said, no problem, go ahead and do it.
What the fuck you guys doing?
So they did it, and it had arc flash, and there was 5 of them in the room. One of the guys, we had the live flight to Augusta. He had 3rd-degree burns.
Oh my god!
Two other guys got 2nd-degree burns, and the other 2 guys just got some 1st-degree burns. But it's a miracle it didn't kill anybody. The next day, that guy, that design engineer, took off. The FBI was looking for him, dude. He hid for like 3 months. They finally found him out in Colorado somewhere. Yeah, that dude, well, he got gone, dude.
It is a serious thing, but make sure y'all get your last pours. We're gonna wrap it up at 9 because I know it's late on the end, but you know, I've had to do investigations on that stuff because once at the time, if you had 3 or more get injured on a job, OSHA gets involved, and it's a whole other mess.
Well, anything new, you can stub your toe.
Yeah.
And if it's a lost time accident, OSHA's going to come in and look at it. Yeah.
Well, that's NRC.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. Whole different thing. And I never got on that side of it. I stayed in general industry and construction.
Gotcha.
I put my toe in maritime.
That's
a whole other thing. The only reason being is because, believe it or not, so think of the Bellagio here in Las Vegas. So they have that man-made lake. Whoop. Did you put a boat on there to fix those cannons? And the cannons as in that shoots up the water?
Right.
Oh, now that's maritime. Okay.
No.
Yep.
Even on a man-made structure. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You have scuba divers in the water? Oh
no.
Yep. Because you're not draining that sucker to get down there.
No,
exactly. And so
that's
anyway,
crazy.
That wasn't my bailiwick. That was somebody else's. But what I'm saying is you had to know a little about a lot of shit. Especially working in a hotel like I did for 25 years.
Mine has its own safety people in there.
So throw your hands up. Yeah.
You try to cheat the system.
Say, whoa.
And we got cameras everywhere. You're going to get caught. Don't screw around. I think Ben might want to get on here. Say just got home.
But anyway, it's a whole.
I get nervous at work sometimes just walking down the sidewalk beside the switch yard because we've got 250K lines going out from the generator to the switch yard, and we got those, what's the things that are up on the pole, the big canisters?
Transformers.
The transformers. Yeah. We've got transformers that are 10 foot tall.
Yes.
and 15 foot in diameter, And you go by there and they got fans on them, and those things are humming and making all kinds of dude. And we've had them explode. Luckily, we haven't had one at our plant in a long time, but some of our sister plants have had them within the past 8 or 10 years.
That's why
those explosions and fires. Yeah.
They just
T-Rob hair stands up. He walks by those every day.
Yeah.
Transformers just calm down the juice. That's all they do.
But
so
those things just make me nervous, man. You're walking through there, and man, those things are buzzing and humming, and
pop from time to time,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that wind gets to blowing. Sometimes those wines will slap together. Man, it'll shoot lightning off of them.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's serious stuff.
I used to show videos of the guys that would get out of the helicopters in their Faraday cage. And with that pole and the lightning.
With the line.
Not lightning, but it's the electric that jumps to it. And they're touching these high tension cables and then
Yep.
they get out of the out of the helicopter and hold on to these things and
Yeah.
work on it. Because if you shut that down, that city doesn't have power.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've
So
seen them testing our lines out there doing that stuff. It's ridiculous, man.
and that helicopter pilot just seems to be as calm as can be. But I tell you what, if I was in that seat, my ass would suck it right up like that because it would be puckered up as tight as could be.
You're not grounded though. You're not grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got it. Yeah. But because everybody looks at it, go, well, how's he not fried? I go, same way a bird's not fried.
Exactly.
A bird, because they do get fried, depending upon where they are on the pole and what they touch. Poof,
That's right.
that's all you see. But it's
Few feathers.
it's amazing. And I mean,
Yeah, we had a guy. Yeah, we had a guy that works with us, and I've never heard of this, but he captures hawks and hunts with them, teaches them how to hunt and stuff. Well, he had caught this hawk, and he had it for about 6 months, and he'd been working with it and all. And the first time he took it out, on a hunt, they pulled up this place. They were out in the middle of nowhere, but there were power lines running off the road there. And he puts the hawk out, and the hawk got something, a rabbit or something. It went and landed on the power line and got electrocuted.
Oh my God.
The first time he took it out to hunt, and it killed it. And he was like,
Yeah, well, time for another hunt, I guess.
hey,
another bird.
How do you capture a hawk?
but what happens is sometimes all good things, they just come to an end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just like this stream. But I appreciate everybody that's in chat. I appreciate everybody that popped in here tonight.
Absolutely,
Really
man.
had
We
a good
appreciate you
time.
hosting.
Hey,
Appreciate you
I
hosting,
think
brother.
Mike's going to be proud of us. We didn't do anything terrible.
No,
We did.
I think we elevated the reputation of Livewire whiskey just by about that much. I mean,
Always good. Yeah.
yeah, it's always good to get him
Always.
above water instead of always below water. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's Livewire.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
He is. Mike is kind of a big deal in Whiskey Tube. He always tells us that, and I believe it. He's
Good
kind
for
of
him.
He's got over 100 subscribers now.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I mean, he is kind of a big deal. He's well known in Whiskey Tube community. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, to be asked to fill in and for Livewire whiskey is kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Not just anybody can do this kind of shit. That's for sure.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Not just
Absolutely.
anybody. But I appreciate.
I've never been on a channel that could do it, Anthony. So congratulations, brother.
Hey, that's what we're here for. We help each other out. That's for darn sure. But I appreciate everybody. I will look forward to seeing you guys later on. Everyone have a good evening, good morning, depending upon where you are. Cheers, everybody.